Here we go. Go live. You're live. Bring that back up. Welcome back to a Christmas special Ben's Garage live stream. Got something for you?
Oh God.
That's getting a bit quiet now.
It needs to be that big.
It'll soon be Christmas! Yes! Bit of a new setup tonight. I'll wait for a few more of you to come in. New location.
For one night.
I've had this set up for about an hour. All the lights. Just wanted to make sure everything was working, and I kept dropping a signal. So hopefully you can hear me all right. I might have to turn it down because I don't know if the audio's peaking a little bit. You'll have to let me know if it looks all right and if it sounds all right. If it sounds a bit distorted, I'll turn the volume down. But I think it's all right.
Do you want me to go next door and try it?
No, you're not here, it will. Right on cue, started a live stream and I've started coughing. I haven't coughed all day, but here we go. So, first things first, I said we're going to do a wine and cheese tasting. So, I'm going to crack open the bottle of wine. Tonight, we are going for the 2018 Cabernet Sauvignon from Super U.
€4.
How much?
€4.
Was it?
It's €3 and something.
It's gone up. So we're going to open this and let it breathe a little bit. So I do apologise if later on in the live stream I'm not making a lot of sense. That'll be why. But just going to open this up, let it sit. I mean, it's been sat out all day, but I'm just going to let it breathe at room temperature. I think I've got this bottle to myself tonight because the Hobbit doesn't drink, so ooh, smooth.
Oh, and you in bed tonight then?
So yeah, we've got some cheeses. We're going to have a bit of a cheese tasting session. As it's Christmas, we all like having a bit of cheese in the house at Christmas. Not only cheese, I'll just put this to one side. We're going to be trying some of this. This is the Mad Dog Farm Special Piccalilli. It's the right colour and everything. I made this in November. That's good to go. Mad Dog Branston Pickle. Or Mad Dog Pickle, because it's not Branston. We didn't make it in Branston. We made it in France. So it's the same as Branston Pickle, but better. So we've got that to try. This one is a chili onion relish. All these things I've got over on the other channel making them. So, and then the last one we're going to try, which might get a little bit ooh la la, is what they call Cowboy Candy. Now it should be jalapenos, and like it's, the way you make it, it's all a bit syrupy and it's quite sweet. But we didn't have that many jalapenos, so there's Reapers, Moruga scorpions and Trinidad scorpions in there as well. So that could get a little bit feisty later on. So there's that. We've got some cheese here. Look, Port Salut. Now this is Port Salut are master fromages since 1816. Obviously this isn't that old, but they've been making cheese for a long time. Got this one here, Ozorati. Ozorati, is that how you say it?
Ozorati.
Yeah, the jumper, we're in the Christmas spirit. Got my hat on, got my jumper on. The Hobbit's got the same jumper on. But
not the same. Mine's got Labradors on.
Oh, no, mine's got German Shepherds. The Hobbit's got Labradors. How would you say that? Ozoirati?
It's O-S-S-A-U.
Yeah, hyphen, irati.
Probably something like that.
Ozoirati. That's made from milk of sheep. Or lait de brebis. Brebis? Brevis? Brebis. I got it right first time.
Yeah.
The trusty old favourite, a nice lump of brie. The Hobbit doesn't like brie. Tom de Brevis. Or
Brebis.
Tom de Brebis. Yeah, alright. Don't need your back chat.
You had it right the first time.
This is also made by sheep's milk. Not goats, sheep. We got a bit of Roquefort. Nice bit of blue cheese. Oh yes. Some of these I've got to be a bit careful because if I open them, the Hobbit will devour them. So we'll open them and hide them up. And we're going to try a bit of Boursin. It's like a soft cheese. You've probably all had Boursin before. This is garlic and fine herbs. Very, very nice. But to top it all off, I did mention in the community post that I put out, the Hobbit has made pork pies. Absolutely superb. Look at that. So, for the pork pie, I've got out the Coleman's mustard. You've got to have mustard with your pork pie. But, yeah, it's almost bloody Christmas. I wonder how this wine is acclimatising to the environment. Let's just put a little bit in here.
Swill it round.
Yeah.
Sniff it.
I've got to look at it.
Sniff it. Can you smell the tractor tyre?
Oh, it's got a good nose, that has. I can smell the cow care that the vines were grown on, which for you lot is chalk.
The tractor tyres.
It's got a hint of... You see, Cabernet Sauvignon was developed... I did a bit of research earlier. Developed by... What do they call it? When they put two together?
Melange.
No, when they...
The pairing.
No! When they grow stuff. And they take one thing and they breed it. Anyway.
Cuttings.
No,
I know
it's
what you mean.
it's not germinating, is it? It's hybrid. Anyway, they took the Cabernet grape and they took the Sauvignon, the Cabernet Franc, I think it was called, and the Sauvignon something else. They combined them and they came up with a Cabernet Sauvignon. Grafting, or whatever. But basically, they combined two different grapes and came up with this one. Now, in some regions, you can get a blackcurrant flavour come through and all these other different flavours. I can smell the oak barrels. So the cow care that the vines were grown on.
Talking bollocks.
The tractor had Dunlop tyres. It didn't run on AdBlue, this tractor.
What's that?
It's a diesel additive that the new tractors have got to put in.
Oh.
They changed the oil recently. And they got a brake fluid leak. Let's give it a try. I haven't got a bucket, so I can't swill it round and spit it out. But that's a waste, isn't it? Oh. That's smooth, that is. Was it €3 a bottle?
I think it was about $3.40 something.
Have they gone up then?
Well, things do go up, isn't it? I can't always get the Super U cheapest one.
Alright.
The Super U cheapest one is still $2.97, I think. You got some of them down there. But...
So yeah, here's to a Merry Christmas 2020. It's a very strange one this year. If you can let me know if the camera looks alright, it's probably, if it's gone out of focus, it's because I'm holding stuff up in front. Just let me know if the audio is any good, because I can see it on the laptop, it's getting up quite into the high bit. I don't know if it's distorting or anything, you'll have to let me know. But yeah, it's a little bit of a different Christmas for everybody this year. We won't moan about it too much, because we're still here, fighting fit, got a roof over our heads, we're warm and we're fed.
They have to be.
It's a bit of a shame that people can't meet their families and this, that and the other, but it's life, isn't it? So, let's dig in. Before I do get too carried away, the Hobbit's got a bouncy hat on. Are you going to come in shot and show everyone? You watch the light?
Oh, so I'm going to get your present.
Oh, I've got to do that now?
You don't have to. You can do it later.
We'll do it later. We'll do it in a bit.
I want you to be sober.
Yeah, alright. But I'll just do a couple of announcements.
What are the announcements?
Don't
Do I need
worry.
to be there?
No. First announcement, I don't know if she's watching tonight. She's probably not. It's my sister's birthday today. So, happy birthday, Lorna.
She might be watching, you never know.
I doubt it very much.
Well, Mum and Dad will tell it, you thought.
Yeah. The other, it's not an announcement, but I'm just going to raise a glass. If you're a regular to our live streams, you'll notice in the comments, Mr. Dibbles, he's been posted away for Christmas. He's over in Qatar. So I'm going to raise a glass to Mr. Dibbles. I don't know if he's on tonight. Merry Christmas, and we will make up for it when you get back out here in April, probably.
Oh, God.
There's plans have already been put into place where I don't know where we'll be crashing, but we'll be coming over and celebrating Christmas in April when you get back. So, Mr. Dibbles, that's that out of the way. I think that's it for announcements, isn't it?
I think so.
The Hobbit's wobbling her head about. I think this wine is going to go down far too easily.
Well, you'll have to move if you want another one.
Oh, yeah, no, it'll be alright. It's a whole bottle of wine for one person. It's plenty, isn't it? So, we've not eaten tonight, so I better just slow down with the wine and we'll... Ah, Mr. Dibbles, he's just missed that.
Oh, I'll do it again.
You'll have to watch it back, Mr. Dibbles. I'll do it again. So, for Mr. Dibbles, who's been posted away to Qatar over Christmas, we'll raise a glass and we will make up for it in April. Plans are already afoot. Just heard Mr. Dibbles. Because I think you're 2 hours in front of us at the moment. So, yeah. Cheese and wine. Merry Christmas, Mr. Dibbles. And we'll have another Christmas when you get out here in April. But we're going to tuck into a bit of food now before I get cracking on with this wine. Because, I say, well, I've not eaten yet. And it's just going to go straight to my head. And I'll end up talking more rubbish than I do normally.
You start that, I will go downstairs and get another one just to see how far you can go.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up some cheese so we can put it on a plate and get the Hobbit eating to shut her up. You don't want Borsan?
No.
You want some Port Salut?
Merry Christmas! That's probably it for me.
Port Salut.
I like Port Salut.
Ozerati. Roquefort. Well, why don't you do some on that chopping board? Because you're out of shot there. You do the Roquefort and the Tom on your plate. Oh, don't hog all the internet space. So we just got some cheap and nasty crackers. They're not nasty, they're alright.
They're actually quite nice. Salty. I'm going to take this out though.
Pardon me.
I'll end up dropping it in the food.
So, I've got you a knife for the Roquefort.
Thank you.
Because, oh no, that was for the... I'll use that knife and I'll get another one for the mustard. So, yes, Tina, first time ever, made me a pork pie. She made 4 pork pies. I had one the other night and I had one for lunch today and we're going to have another one tonight. I don't know if I'll have all of it, but...
Oh, it's all yours.
So we're going to try a bit of this cheese. So I've had the cheese out for about an hour because you don't want to eat cheese straight out of the fridge. You shouldn't really keep cheese in a fridge, but get it out, let it get to room temperature, and
we need some bags for some of these, I think, because they're not opening well. Oh, smell that.
So how much of this do you want?
Don't ask me that.
In chunks like that? Are you alright cutting?
Yeah, a couple of them.
You're alright cutting the skins off?
Yeah.
A couple?
Where do I stop?
One more?
Oh, go on then. I won't need much else. Where do I stop?
Oh, wherever you want to stop. So, yeah, Coleman's proper mustard. We do have, actually, when I was a kid, Coleman's mustard used to really burn, get up in your nose. Nowadays, it's quite mild. I don't know whether it's because I've got used to it. Now, in France, we get Dijon mustard in a big jar.
You've got some?
Yeah, I know, but I don't want any. But the Dijon mustard, flipping heck, it got right up behind my eyes. And it was sort of like, ooh la la. But yeah, so it's quite good stuff. But do you want some of this Ozerati?
Only a tiny bit.
We're going for it tonight with the old cheese. It's only Christmas once a year, isn't it?
You've been saying that every night for...
How much do you want? A couple of bits like that?
Yeah, can I have something that's not got the skin on there?
Oh, what? You want it all, you do?
I do, yeah. That'll do. That's plenty, thank
I'll
you.
cut that skin off. Dogs ain't having all of that.
No, the dicky birds can have a lot of that.
So this is Ozerati, made from sheep's milk. That's actually quite nice. You say these are all going into bags?
Definitely the Ozerati and that. There's some
Tom.
Let's
try a bit of Tom.
Obviously, I've left the knife in the rock
that's
pot.
skin. I'm going to try a bit of Tom. That's made from sheep's milk as well. Oh, it's all good stuff,
I
isn't it?
didn't get any goat's cheese, did I?
I'll try not to talk with my mouth full. It's bad manners, that. That's quite nice.
Yeah, Tom, yeah. That's all right.
So, Merry Christmas to you all out there. It's not long now. How many days?
Oh, come on. I'm not telling you. Where's
2 more days. 2 more days, and then it's... What are you looking at me like that for?
It's only the 22nd.
Yeah. Well, you got Wednesday, Thursday's Christmas Eve. After that, it's Christmas Day. We're going for Christmas Day over at Mum and Dad's. Because they released lockdown, so we can now travel over there, but we've got a curfew, so we've got to be home. Mum did offer to put us up, but it was just... It's a bit of hassle, really. So I said no, thank you very much for the offer, but we'll come back home at night. So we've got to be back home for 8 o'clock at night. But so we'll get there quite early in the morning. That went down too well, didn't it? Do you want some pickle?
Don't worry about it.
What? So I'm going to fire into this pork pie in a minute. Tina's just going to try some of my Branston pickle.
Have you got another spoon up? Yeah.
I've got 4 spoons here.
Right.
So what I'll do is I'll just stir that up because it's a bit at the top. Oh, it looks... What do you want it? Just
Yeah, just on the side of the plate will do.
that much?
Yeah, that's plenty too.
You sure?
Yeah. Thank you.
Homemade Branston pickle. I did a video on that over on the other channel.
Except it's not Branston.
No, it's not Branston. It's Branston style pickle. I'm going to try a bit of this Port Salut. Now, old Mr. Dibbles, when he was out here, we had a bit of a cheese and wine evening. I think my dad was staying here at the time as well. He was working here. And it didn't end well. We all had nightmares. But it's the way it goes, isn't it? Oh, Mick Ness is in the house. Hello all, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. Port Salut. Oh, I said I wasn't going to talk with my mouth full, didn't I? Where are my manners? But I need to eat something before I soak all this wine up. Because slice of brie, the brie's coming up. That's all mine. Tina doesn't like brie. We've got the old crackers out now. So I'm going to. Have you tried that Branston yet, Tina? Mm. Is it any good?
It's nice, yeah.
As good as it was before?
Mm. Oh, definitely, yeah.
I'll have a little bit.
This is the not the hot one.
No.
But no, it's definitely good. Won't be buying any again.
We're going to put some Branston on the old cracker. Here we go. We're going in. That has got to be the best Branston pickle I've ever had, I think. Isn't it? It's really nice flavours. It's not too vinegary, and because sometimes Branston's a little bit.
Really sharp.
Yeah, sharp. So we're going to try that now with some Port Salut, and then I'm going to crack into this pork pie.
You'll get some in a minute, mate.
Look at that. Pub quiz. We need a pub quiz.
I know where they are.
Here we go. Port Salut, homemade Branston pickle. Down the chute. That is superb. Really, really nice. Now this is homemade pork pie. Tina made this, so I'm going to cut into it and we'll have a look.
Oh my god, where's all the meat gone? God, I've forgotten how nice that Ozerati is.
Look at that.
I have to explain.
That's screaming out for a bit of Coleman's mustard. Oh. So we'll have plenty of that on there. Let's try this. Oh dear. Chew your food, chew your food. Cheers. No, Coleman's mustard isn't very French, I know, but we've got Dijon mustard in the fridge there. But you know, bit of brie. Let's try a bit of brie. Oh, that wine's going to my head already.
Oh, no.
Flipping heck.
It's going to be a short one.
Now the Hobbit doesn't like brie, so this is all mine.
Not over stock on board, son.
So let's cut a bit of that off. Now, years ago when we used to get brie when we was kids, I used to cut all the skin off. But really, just eat it. Mmm. That's really nice, actually. President.
I'll get you that one instead of the super used cheapest for a change. And it's Christmas.
Now we do get a brie sometimes, occasionally, and it's like Tina said, it's she gets the Super U's own, which is the supermarket's own brand, and it's all right, does the job. But this stuff at President is, it's lovely. It's bloody, oh my god. I've just opened a piccalilli, Tina. Homemade piccalilli. Now this is, I've done a video on this over on the other channel. Oh, man alive. Oh yeah, it smells gorgeous.
Better try a bit of that. Never mind.
So, piccalilli on the brie. There you go. Oh, that has gone to my head, that wine.
Oh, it does smell nice, doesn't it? I am not pouring you into bed. You sleep where you fall.
Mmm. Flipping heck. If you want a good piccalilli recipe, if you like.
Well, I don't like piccalilli from the shop.
Yeah, it's like Tina, she doesn't like piccalilli, the bought stuff, because it's normally like luminous green, yellow, isn't it? Full of chemicals and stuff. This one that I've made, oh, superb. Oh, flipping heck, I'm going to have to be a bit careful with this wine. I'm going to have to do that again, actually. So, a nice bit of brie. And this brie is really nice, really creamy. I would say if any of you could get to France to come and try some, but that's not going to happen at the minute, is it? I shouldn't joke too much, should I really? What's the matter with you over there? Here we go again.
They're all thinking, you bastard.
Mmm. Oh, that is so nice.
Ludo, we will save you some.
I'm going to try that brie now with some of this chili onion relish. I've made this over on the other channel as well, so all these things that I make, I do videos on. They're over on the other channel.
I managed to avoid the video.
Nice. This brie is so nice. It's like really creamy.
Is it really?
Have I said that before?
Several times.
Look at this. Oh, Mr. Dibbles will be getting really frustrated at the moment because he'll obviously remember our cheese session before. So this is chili onion relish. So it's relish made with red onions, bits and pieces, chilies obviously, and it's really, really nice.
Piccalilli's lovely.
Mmm.
For someone who doesn't like piccalilli.
Oh.
That's really nice.
That's got, oh, flipping heck. That has got some heat in it actually. But this brie is absolutely beautiful.
It'll be gone in a minute.
It will. I better put it on a cracker because I'm going to get all over my fingers otherwise.
You won't be getting any brie though.
So this video, once I've had enough of eating, we'll get down to some talking. But
Could be a while.
It's a Christmas get together, isn't it? We're having some cheese and wine. I did say in the community post, you know, come and join us. So we're going to try some brie again with some chili relish.
It's alright though,
Fabiana, Mr. Dibbles has already said that he's watching. And I've said to him that we'll make up for his lack of Christmas when he gets out here. We'll have a Christmas in April. Oh, that is beautiful.
Someone's getting closer.
We've got some love hearts going on. I'm going to have another little bit of pork pie. I'm going to put the brie to one side because the pork pie is just absolutely special. And Tina's never made pork pie before. I'm going to have a bit of piccalilli on my pork pie, actually. If I can get some out. When it comes to favourite cheese, I'm assuming you're saying. I haven't got a favourite. All cheese is my favourite. Now, I think it... Mum says that when she was pregnant with me, she had a craving for cheese and tomato sandwiches. Whether that's got anything to do with it, I don't know. But I've always loved cheese. When she used to do our packed lunches for school, she would say, "What do you want for your sandwich?" "Cheese and pickle, cheese and pickle, cheese and pickle." It was always cheese. Doesn't matter what cheese it is, it's just really nice. Excuse me. Oh, pardon me. I do like a nice cheddar. We haven't got any at the moment. We've got some for Christmas in the freezer. I'm going to have to be careful with this wine because that's really gone to my head.
You're a big fan of that.
But I'm going to try some pork pie with piccalilli.
Your dad's getting drunk already, though. I'm making another batch tomorrow now, aren't I?
Yeah. I do apologise. This video is just going to be, for a while, me eating. When you got all this cheese in front of you. Tomato sauce on pork pie. Come on.
Who's that?
Mick Ness. No. Mustard. Tomato.
Is he Northern?
I bet, Mick, you're one of the people that puts tomato sauce on a roast dinner. Which is totally out of order.
Hold up, mate. Hold up.
I'm going to try some of this. This is Tom, which is made from sheep's milk. Oh, that's really gone to my head.
Because you didn't eat earlier.
Yeah, I know. I've got to be careful.
No.
You're going to be in for it later on.
What do you mean? You're being incapable.
What do you think I mean?
You're being capable of anything. This lot will stay here till the morning.
In the piccalilli, we've got cauliflower. What?
Cauliflower.
Well, a mouthful of cheese. Cauliflower, carrots, swede, onion, red pepper, and then spices. It all gets cooked up. Turmeric. I really can't. If you go over to the Mad Dog Farm channel, which is now at the moment called Mad Dog Air Guns, because I'm now migrating all the Mad Dog Farm stuff over to another channel. I've still got the cooking videos on there, the piccalilli's on there, and it is absolutely superb.
Special stuff.
That was really nice, that Tom. Bacon and tomato sauce. Brown sauce goes with bacon, I'm afraid. I'm not going to touch that wine until I've had a bit more to eat.
I wouldn't.
Let's try some blue cheese. Now, not everybody's favourite, blue cheese. But the Hobbit can't get enough of it. Now it's opened, it will be obliterated.
Okay, that's fine.
So this is Roquefort.
Okay, that is Super U's cheapest.
This is, yeah, Super U's cheapest blue cheese.
But it's as good as.
And it is absolutely gorgeous. It's make a triple stacker. I won't get it in my mouth. So look, Mick, he said make a triple stacker.
You get that in.
I've got a double decker.
Double decker.
Shall I put any pickle on it? What do you think blue cheese calls for?
Relish.
The onion relish.
Yep.
Have you had any of this yet?
No, I've finished my cheeses. Oh my word. Poor puppies.
So we've got a double decker with blue cheese. I can't put pork pie on top of that. I might be able to get that in one go, but we'll try it. If not, I'll just make a mess everywhere.
Hang on, mate, hang on. I'm just getting some bags out. Ready? The glue will be alright. Oh no, puppies. That's me in you here. Your son can go back in its pot. So it's just the pot to do what was it at the top?
Pots, oh well, yeah, whatever's left really.
I'll get 3 bags out.
Oh, that was quite nice actually.
I suppose any of it will last.
That onion relish, chilli onion relish, it's got a nice little tingle to it.
When you're ready, stick them up from the side when you're done.
The Hobbit's getting me organised already. Freezer bags for the leftover cheese.
Well, you can see me do it.
I'm not sure there's going to be any left over.
You're not having all that port salut. Oh. But cut me a slice. You've got some friends.
Well, you'll have to deal with them because I'm entertaining the public.
Well, this might entertain the public, and it won't if she nicks that lot.
I don't know if you can see on the edge of the table here. There's some little noses. Poor old Ludo here. He's what? No, they're getting in the frame. Ludo's sitting here patiently, waiting for a little bit of cheese. Oh, yeah, I'll give him a little bit of cheese.
And then we need to just move it away.
It is Christmas after all, so we'll just give the dogs a little bit. Can I have pause? Oh, there's good dogs. You know, it is Christmas.
Yeah, sod it.
We don't normally give them a lot of cheese. We feed them a raw food diet. Stinking Bishop. I'm assuming that's some cheese. So we'll just give the dogs a bit more cheese.
They don't all get a lot of cheese.
Now this is your last bit. Last piece, arse piece. That's it, all gone. All gone.
I've got some.
They want a pizza. I've probably mentioned it before. When I make pizza, I make them a little one as well. It's a little bit naughty because they're dogs and they shouldn't really be eating that sort of thing. They're actually on a raw food diet, the dogs, which it does them quite well. However, when Tina takes them out in the morning, they tend to get out. Now, Ludo in particular, and he's been getting quite fat recently, so we're sort of wondering if he's finding stuff, which we know there is stuff over in the woods next door. Kira has come back with a jawbone.
Oh, she's come back raw sauce.
Which was clearly a wild boar because it had a tusk sticking out the side of it.
Nice piece.
So the old boy who's got the farm over the road, he's part of the chasse. which is the hunt, basically. So we assume, just assumptions here.
You're going to have nothing but that until you finish.
I know. We assume that when they cut them all up, they chuck all the waste over in the woods. And, of course, our two got the old sniffers on them, haven't they? They can smell it. They get out, go over. Sheep, in particular, grabs some, comes back with it. He eats whatever he can while he's there. And he's put a bit of weight on. Is he pregnant? No, mate.
You're not going to get anything.
Look, they can see him. He's on the screen.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you're going to get now.
He's sitting here waiting in hope.
They both are.
So I'm going to try a bit of boar sand now. I'll get another knife out for that because it's a soft cheese. Ooh, flipping heck.
You're a bit pink.
A bit pink is because I'm hot. Now, my mate who come out probably a couple of years ago now, wasn't it, Gary?
It was 2016, wasn't it?
No, he came out with Rachel, didn't
Oh, well, we had this place, didn't we?
he? Yeah.
So, yeah.
My mate came out with his wife, and he can't stand cheese in whatever. But he eats boar sand. And I said to him, you're just a bloody heathen. I don't know if he's on tonight. Gary, you might have seen Gary on there before, messaging. What is boar sand if it's not cheese? I know it's a soft cheese, but... so I've got 2 crackers left here. Let's go for some boar sand.
Oh, yes, please. Good cheeky.
I'm going to try a bit on its own. Whoa, look at that. Superb. This is garlic and fine herbs. Smells lovely. Let's try it. Oh, do you know that's really nice? What I'm going to do now? No half measures, Mick. If a job's worth doing, you might as well do it properly.
What's that, tempest?
Or the amount of cheese I'm putting on.
Oh.
What I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to try and get the cheese smeared on, put a little thing in the middle, and we're going to put some chili pickle relish. Yeah, let's go for some chili relish, shall we? In the middle. Look at that. That looks like one of those canapes you see on the telly on these posh places, doesn't it?
Too much on it.
Not quite, but you know. So let's down the hatch. Mmm.
Oh, dude.
Mmm.
You've been mean.
Oh my word. We're trying to keep it clean tonight, Mick.
What's he said?
He would hate to be our drains in the morning. I don't tend to suffer from that kind of thing.
Thanks, last words. Oh.
Sit. Gently, gently.
They might suffer for it.
Yeah, dogs might suffer. That's how a lot of dog trainers use cheese. They have cheese in their pocket, and dogs tend to do what the trainers want them to do.
Tiny little bits of cheese.
Yeah, not big lumps like that. Now this is getting serious. We've got onto the second bag of crackers because that boar sand with the chili relish. Oh my word, that was just something else. Now I don't know if Mr. Dibbles is still on, but
They might have left in disgust.
yeah. I don't mean to do it to you, Mr. Dibbles, but it's Christmas after all, and it's just something for you to look forward to when you get back. chili relish. Oh, I will have his share. Don't worry about that. But then we'll make up for it in April. Oh, that is something else. That is. That's it's beautiful. Soft cheese. I mean, I don't mind soft cheese, but I'm gonna have to do that again, aren't I? This will be all the Borsan gone by then, I think. No, there might be a bit left.
It won't bother me.
No. But yeah, if Gary sees this, he's absolutely can't stand cheese. But he polished off all the Borsan. Let's go one more time. Now, luckily, Christmas comes but once a year. And it's just as well. Because although we're in France and we do eat a bit of cheese, we don't ever eat this much cheese normally. As I would be the size of a house, which at the moment I'm the size of a bungalow.
Oh, it's going to be nice if they're shed.
But the new regime starts in January. I had lost a bit of weight running up to Christmas, and then the Christmas treats started coming out, and I can't get on the scales. So to measure my weight, I put a bit of string around the widest part of my body, and then we measured a bit of string. And I was a bit of a fat jabber before, and round the widest part of me was 58 inches. I got it down to 47 inches. So I've lost 11 inches off my gut, which doesn't feel like a lot, but if I look at videos where I was a fat jabber before, it's like flipping heck. Of course, all the treats started coming. You know, we haven't got a lot for Christmas, sweet-wise, all that kind of thing. Because, like my dad, I much prefer savoury. Even though he eats all the sweets. I said to Tina, I don't know, I think I might be putting weight on. So we measured and I put an inch back on. So it was like, oh. So I said, Tina, I went on the old egg fast the last week for a few days. Excuse me a minute. Oh, flipping heck. And, but then, we're at Christmas. We've got to get through all this Christmas food. I've got hiccups now. And so I said, right, we'll do Christmas. We'll have the food. We'll have Christmas dinner at Mum and Dad's with all the trimmings and bits and pieces. We'll have New Year. And that's it. After New Year, bang, exercise on the regime. And it is Tina's fault, yeah. And also, Mick, you're exactly right. Normally, Tina puts extra bubbles in when she's cooking. But in this instance, it's extra bubbles in the cheese. I think it's the Borsan that's done it. Can someone just tell me if the audio's alright or if it's peaking? Because when I get a little bit excited, it's going into the red on here. And I don't...
Down then.
Well, yeah, I can't. I've had a bit of drink, haven't I?
Turn the volume down then.
Last time we had some drink, Mum and Dad came over and Mr. Dibbles was here. We had a couple of bottles of wine outside.
Better down there.
Nice one. Well, I shall leave it as it is then. Dad got a little bit drunk, actually. He was having a bit of a job getting in the car. I spoke to Mum the next day just to make sure that they got home all right, because Mum was driving, and they'd had issues on the way home. And of course Mr. Dibbles was staying the night because he turned up on his motorbike, and so anyway, Mum and Dad had left. Mr. Dibbles and myself came in. Did we have cheese that night? We had snacks, we had crisps and stuff, didn't we?
Yeah, I don't think you did actually.
After Mum and Dad went, Mr. Dibbles and myself had another 2 bottles of wine. And having said that, we were merry, giggling about a bit, but we weren't drunk. I don't know what happened to my dad, because we was at a barbecue outside, so we'd had food and bits and pieces. But anyway, I forgot why have I got onto this story?
I don't know.
No, I don't know. That's the last time I'd had a drink, actually, yeah. So we had between us another 2 bottles of wine. The next day, I woke up fine, no problem at all. Mr. Dibbles, he woke up. Tina did us a bit of a fried breakfast, and then he started feeling a little bit rough. Had to visit the room. Went for a walk around the woods to clear his head. Mr. Dibbles is a very bad influence, actually. Perhaps I should say no to Christmas in April.
Yeah, right.
But no, we'll have a Christmas in April. If we're allowed to, of course. So that is the last time I've had a drink. I've not eaten anything since lunchtime, so I need to eat a bit more before I finish off this bottle of wine. Because Tina will be in for it later on. She'd have to try and get me into bed.
You sleep where you drop.
I hope you heard that. That's called negligence.
I don't think so.
Let's try a bit of this Boursin again, because it is absolutely beautiful. I'm then going to go back to the brie. I've got to eat this pork pie up, actually.
I'm going to put the kettle on in a second.
Well,
I know you don't want one.
no, I don't want a cup of tea.
I'm just warning you.
Right, so we're going to have some not brevis, we're going to have some Boursin.
Let's have a sheep.
With some chili relish. Oh. That is just superb. Can't get over how good that is. Everything's at room temperature, which is how it should be with cheese. Mr. Dibbles is as bad as me. No, I think he might be worse. He's a bad influence.
I think you wind each other up.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm going to try another bit of pork pie.
Jesus.
What are you Jesus in at?
It's pissed at the farm.
I'm not pissed at all. I'm just merry because it's Christmas. It's Christmas, Tina.
It's not Christmas yet.
It's close enough to Christmas that I'm going to have a bit of pork pie. Now, what?
Was that the same excuse as yesterday?
Oh look, I've put that in the bloody knife and it's covered in mustard now. No, Tina's never made pork pies before, and I have said this, I know. Tina's over there. Oh, he's repeated himself again. But the first time she's ever... You're not hearing me now because she's just fired the kettle up. I'm going to put some Coleman's mustard on it. Not very French, I know. But I must say, it's one of the best pork pies I've ever had. Especially with Coleman's mustard. The pastry is absolutely superb. Now Tina said this water pastry, isn't it?
Yeah, hot water pastry.
Hot water pastry. She said it's the best because she does a lot of pastry. She does puff pastry, short crust pastry, all different sort of pastries. No, so she says, alright, Mix just said Norfolk's finest. Oh, Coleman's! I've been past the Coleman's factory many times. At least I think I have. Where is it?
Norfolk.
I'm sure I've seen it actually. Is it King's Lynn?
I don't know. Maybe that's him. I'm going to ask him now.
Does it really? He's just said that most of the mustard seeds come from Canada.
Well, there you go.
Is the Coleman's factory in King's Lynn? I'm trying to look on it. Unilever. Oh, Norwich. Coleman's of Norwich. Excuse me. What's in King's Lynn? I know the Magic Roundabout, which is bloody awful. King's Lynn is also, it's like a massive council estate. But yeah, let's go for some Coleman's mustard from Norwich. Mustard seeds from Canada. Campbell's soup, that's the one. I've been past that a few times. Oh, that is simply divine. Now, if anybody's interested, I could video Tina making a pork pie. She won't appreciate it very much, but...
Really. 'Cause she's a misery.
She is a misery. It's good here, you know. I want to try some. Excellent, Fab. We need more followers. I hope you can understand what I'm saying.
Is that your dad? Yeah, Dad.
Yeah. I'll try and learn some Spanish and you might understand me. Now this is a nice lump of Port Salut. They're Masters cheesemakers, I've probably told you this already. Short video. Oh look, what's happened to this cracker? Oh, I've got a dodgy batch here. Right, let's cut this cheese. Have you seen this here? Have you seen it? Oh, bloody hell, dogs. Who'd have them? Come here, Kieran. Go on, off you go. Port Salut, they've been master cheesemakers since 1860 something. I did read it earlier. 1816. So they ought to know what they're doing by now. That's it, all gone. This is mine. Bloody dogs. Let's try this. Piccalilli. That is beautiful. I'm sorry, I'm talking with a mouthful again. Let's have a little slurp of wine just to cleanse the palate. I'm going to move on to the Cowboy Candy in a minute, but I'm preparing myself because I've got a feeling it's going to be a bit ooh la la. Let's try a bit of this. I'm going to put a bit of this brie on. Now I know a lot of you probably
What are you two doing?
think of your waistline and all that kind of thing. Think of your cholesterol.
Yeah.
Well, I've doubled up on my cholesterol pills tonight.
You've been feeding them again. We can tell. Tea and biscuits?
That is amazing. Oh dear.
Not fun.
You don't know how happy this makes me, cheese.
And wine.
The bottle of wine's helping. Cheesecake. Now Tina does... Tina? Oh, God. Tina, aka the Hobbit, makes a really mean cheesecake. She was going to do one for Christmas and I said, Got to be careful because, you know, once you make it, I'll have to eat it.
I'm still making one because we've got the cheese.
Yeah, I know we've got all the stuff to make it, but
and mince pies. Must make mince pies this year.
I don't know if you heard that, but she's going to make mince pies this year.
Well, mince meat's
Right, we're going to try some of this Branston pickle.
we'll leave him to it.
Look at that. No half measures here. That really is lovely. Right, let me put that to one side.
Just save me a little bit of the pork saloon.
Oh, I'll save you quite a bit of it. So I've got some other stuff here.
And the blue. I don't mind if you finish the Ozarati in that.
I've got a dog down here looking at me.
I think somebody needs to go to the toilet, really.
Roy's the boy is in the house. Hello, Roy.
Give him a bit if you want. What?
I've got to give the dogs a bit more cheese. Come on then, Mutts. Come here. This is your last piece. Last piece. Sit down. Sit down. Enough pause. Good boy. Good girl. This is your last bit. That's it. No more. All gone. That's it. You're going outside now. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Go and do what you got to do. Dogs. Who'd have them?
I'm sure he'll still be at it when we get back.
So for any of you that don't know, Roy's the boy. He's got a channel on YouTube. He fixes all kinds of stuff. He gave me a shout out in one of his videos a long time ago. I think I was fixing our hater mower. Put a new... Can't remember what we did to it now. I know we put the new clutch on it, but that was here. The pickle is all homemade.
See you soon.
See you soon. Homemade Branston pickle. Homemade piccalilli, which is absolutely superb. Oh, look at that. Homemade chili onion relish. I'm going to try this in a minute. This is Cowboy Candy, which as I said earlier, Cowboy Candy you normally make with jalapenos. We did grow some jalapenos. They didn't do too well because we never put them into bigger pots, but they did grow. But so we've put some Carolina Reapers, or Trinidad Scorpions. So although jalapenos are quite hot, they're only about 8,000 on the Scoville scale. Trinidad Scorpions and Marugas are over 1 million. So, excuse me. It's the bubbles in the cheese. So we're going to give that a whirl in a minute. But I'm having to psych myself up for that because it's going to be hot. I know it is. And I don't mind hot stuff. That's why we grow the chilies. But yeah, Tina's going to crack on with the pork pie. She's making some more tomorrow. We had some pork that she put through the mincer, which she made the pork pies with. And I was going to use it for tomorrow night's tea. But she said, do you want to do it with steak instead? And she's going to use the pork and make some more pork pies. But we're going to do some pork pies with the Branston pickle in it, because that's quite nice, isn't it? Let's try another bit of this cheese. I don't know which one this is now. Ozarati, this one. Which is also made from sheep's milk. So let's give this a whirl. That's really nice. Scotch eggs, yeah. Tina, we've got the Hobbit. She's going to have a crack at Scotch eggs. She's also going to try doing, I think they call it gala pie, which is like a pork pie with an egg running up the middle of it. She's going to have a bez at making one of those, actually. That cheese was really nice. So now I feel that I've had lined my stomach slightly, I shall carry back on with the wine. Cabernet Sauvignon. This is the 2018 vintage. Mick, don't ask me questions like that. I've no idea. That's up to her, isn't it? Yeah, go and get yourself a beer. Join in with the Christmas, whatever. Shindig, knees up. I've got to leave Tina some of the Port Salut, but I'm going to have a bit more of this brie, because that is... Oh, these crackers are hopeless. This brie is really, really nice. It's really creamy, and because I took everything out of the out of the fridge, because cheese wants to be at room temperature, really. Same with red wine, wants to be at room temperature. You don't want to be drinking it or eating cheese straight out of the fridge. So this is a little bit of a large one, so this must be 2 bites, this one. I do like camembert. The Hobbit doesn't. It's got a really nice sort of pungent flavour, hasn't it, camembert? So I quite like it, actually. But say the Hobbit, she doesn't like it, but she likes all the blue cheeses. I don't think she likes Boursin. I'm going to try some of this Tom, which is also made from sheep's milk. So let's try a bit of this. I think I have already had some, but doesn't hurt refreshing your memory, does it? And cheese always tastes different when it's out of the fridge. It sort of takes on its own texture. Now when the Hobbit comes back in, I've got a Christmas present for her. We've got a few under the tree. She actually got me one. She said, I've got you a Christmas present to open up on your live stream. So I got her one as well. So when she comes back in, we'll do that. I don't know if I want to try this Cowboy Candy. Oh, flipping heck. I don't know if this is going to be a good idea. Now, I'm double dipping in here. I've had, on the other channel, on the Mad Dog Farm, where I do all the cooking videos, I had one stroppy woman having a right old go, and I just blocked her, because I can't be doing with people like that. She said, oh, you're a right dirty git. You know, you're a dirty man, you've got a beard and you got this and that. I thought, oh, obviously someone who doesn't like men, probably, you know, lesbian or something like that. Having a right old go in the comments saying, you know, it's disgusting what you actually touched your face and you ran your finger under your nose. I might have done. But we live in the real world. Come on. I don't know how to explain it without getting too irate. I blocked her from the channel because I thought I just don't want negativity like that. I might have touched my face. Whatever food I'm preparing in front of the camera is for me and the Hobbit to eat. I'm not doing it to sell to people or, you know, if you think that chefs and cooks and that don't touch themselves, well, look at Jamie Oliver. He sticks his bloody finger in the thing and tastes it and licks his finger and tastes it. So double dipping in this house, if it's especially hot stuff like this, because if mum and dad came over, there's no way they would touch this. So double dipping isn't a problem. I'm just picking out the jalapenos at the moment because I'm a bit of a wimp. It's actually the last one's burning a little bit. That's really nice. It's unique. Obviously, if you just made it with jalapeno peppers, it wouldn't be as strong as it is. We can tolerate a little bit of heat actually, because we do eat a lot of spicy food. We'll just have a little bit of cheese just to... Exactly right. I didn't even bother to answer her because she was obviously anti-men. Oh, you've got a beard, you right dirty bastard, or whatever she was calling me. You touched your face and that's unhygienic, and I had to switch it off. You made me feel sick. Don't listen to lesbians. That's all I can put it down to. She was really anti-men because I had a beard and that made me a right dirty bastard. Block. Don't need that kind of negativity in our lives. The world is bad enough as it is. I'll try a bit of cheese because that's burning quite a bit actually. It won't stop me going back for more. Wash it. Let's cleanse the palate with a bit of wine. No, I won't be changing anytime soon. I might be coming across a little bit strange at the moment because this wine has really gone to my head. This, Roy, is Cabernet Sauvignon. It's a 2018. I get this in our local supermarket for about €3. And it half a bottle's gone already. It's really so smooth and it's just really, really nice. The Hobbit doesn't drink, so it's just down to me to, Can't think what I was going to say then. It's down to me to fight the corner for vino. Can you see this? What's the proof? It really is wine, that's the proof. Sorry. 13%. But as I said earlier, I've not had anything to eat since lunchtime and it's hitting an empty stomach. So that's why, somebody suggested that I did a cheese tasting session on Livestream. And I thought, well, what better time? We'll do a Christmas special. We'll have a bit of a wine and cheese. Can you hear this, Muppet? What's the problem? Ludo? What's the problem? Can you speak? Sit down. Ludo? Oh. Kira, sit down. Oh. 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 Oh! Oh! Oh, that went right through me. Oh! Oh! It's not a very manly bark, is it? Sit down then. This is your last piece. Really, it is. Because you're going to be as fat as butter. Come here then. Sit down. Sit down. Gently. That's it. All gone. All gone. Jog on. Bob on. Foxtrot Oscar.
Just the normal. Afraid from me.
Yeah, this Cowboy Candy. It's superb. It's sweet and it's hot and it's got mustard seeds in it. I'm not sure if I did a video on it, to be honest.
I don't remember.
If there's any videos, it's over on the other channel, which it was called the Mad Dog Farm. It's now Mad Dog Air Guns, and as I said before, I changed to the Mad Dog Farm because Ben's Garage, when I was doing other stuff like vlogging around the place, cooking videos, the views were going right down. I'd do a Range Rover video, a couple of thousand, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 views, it goes back up. And then I do a cooking video, 50 views. It was upsetting the algorithm, so I got two channels, Ben's Garage, the Mad Dog Farm. So the Mad Dog Farm, I was doing everything from the cooking, out on the tractor, out on the digger, around the land and bits and pieces. And then I started doing some videos on some guns, all air guns, so no firearms or anything like that. So when the guns started coming out, the subscribers started shooting up. And the same thing was happening on the Mad Dog Farm as what was happening on Ben's Garage. So all the gun videos was getting 20, 30, 40,000 views. I put out a cooking one. I did a Szechuan chicken the other night, put that on, 50 views. So it drops right down and the algorithm gets upset and it doesn't let your channel grow. So what I've done now is I've got yet another channel. So we've got Ben's Garage. The Mad Dog Farm, I've now renamed it Mad Dog Air Guns, and I'm in the process of setting up the Mad Dog Farm for all our cooking, working on the land, and that's it then. 3 channels is enough. So the Air Guns, the Ben's Garage, and the Mad Dog Farm. At the moment, I've set it up, but I've not released any videos. I'm having to upload all the Mad Dog Farm content onto that new channel, and then hopefully that will leave algorithms as they are, and so each channel can grow independently of, as you know, especially you, Roy. If you've got, I don't know how many subscribers you've got. You get over 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours watch time, you can monetize your channel. Ben's Garage is monetized. I'm doing actually not quite well. I'll never pay any bills off with it, but it's a little bit of money trickling in every month, which is nice. And the way it is at the moment with YouTube, next year they're going to be putting adverts on all channels, whether you're monetized or not. So the way I see it, you might as well have your channel monetized and just earn a little bit from it if you can. The Mad Dog Air Guns is getting close to 1,000 subscribers now, so I can hopefully monetize it. I've got to be a bit careful because when with like firearms content, it's sometimes not monetizable, if that's a word. But because it's air guns and I'm shooting on a range, I might be able to monetize it. So Ben's Garage, we're nearly at 4,000, so you know that's doing quite well. If I put out a Range Rover video, it just goes mental. My best video, we changed the cam belt on a Toyota Hilux. I was going to do it. I was going to pull myself out of the wheelchair. Tina was going to strap me to the bull bar, and I was going to do it. But when I pulled myself up, I thought, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this. So I talked Tina through doing it. So the Hobbit changed the cam belt, and that's coming up to 300,000 views now, which doesn't, you know, to some channels, it doesn't sound a lot, but for my channel, that's big news, basically. So yeah, but like up in the garage, I've recorded a Christmas message for the Ben's Garage channel, and in that I explain that we're going to try and finish some of these projects. Mick, this is aimed at you, calling me the half project man. And we've got the intercooler and the valve for the Audi, but I'm just waiting for the rubber bungs that hold the intercooler in place. So the Audi, we can get that fixed. The Panda, I've got a video coming out on that, but I'll just let you in on what's happening with it. The Panda, we're giving it a massive overhaul. So we've got the engine up and running. Won't let you hit the grey bell. Well, I don't know why that is. Have you already hit it? I'll have a look at that, but it might be at your end. I'm not sure. Yeah, so the Panda, all the engine's pretty much running as sweet as a nut now. And we've got all the suspension components and all the brake components to go front to back. So new leaf springs, new coil springs, new shock absorbers, brakes, front to back. I'm glad the fridge magnet got to you okay. I'm going to try another bit of this Cowboy Candy. That's a nice big lump of jalapeno there with some other seeds which could be out of the Trinidad scorpions. That's really nice. I've never had it before. Channel is made for children? It shouldn't be. I'll have to have a look at that because it's set not for children. Yeah, I'll look at that tomorrow. I won't do it now because it'll upset the live stream. But so tonight we've got all the lights. I've got some not studio lights, but they're like photography lights set up. I've got the big camera on tonight and the laptop. That's a handwritten signature, I'll have you know, Mick. Oh, I'll check that out tomorrow. It might be in the channel settings rather than the video settings, but I'm pretty sure I had it not for children. But yeah, flipping heck, that's hot. Oh, that's burning my lips. Yeah, as I was saying, I'd never had Cowboy Candy before, and we'd got some jalapeno peppers to use up that we'd grown in the polytunnel. Flipping heck. Oh yeah, bugger. Where's the knife for that? Not that this is going to make any difference. It might just... It's like drinking milk, isn't it? Soft cheese. So... Oh. Oh. You bugger. I don't think you're supposed to eat Cowboy Candy off the spoon. I think you're probably supposed to eat it with something. Let's try a little bit of some pork pie. There won't be any left for Mr. Dibbles. He can jog on. Right, bit of pork pie, some Cowboy Candy. let's give this a whirl. Flipping it. Oh, that's really nice actually. Although it's burning, it's giving my old lips a workout. It's quite nice. Oh yeah, bugger. I'm going to try that again. That'll make my wheels go faster, he says. It'll make something go faster, I know that much, but I ain't going to go into that while I'm eating. And some of these jalapenos had what they call corking on them, which is this one here. So let's try that again. Okay, Mr. Dibbles. Hope you enjoyed our cheese and wine tasting session. Shame you couldn't be here to join us. We will make it up in April. Apparently Fab's... yeah, I've got quite a few jars in the dungeon, so we'll bring some over. Yeah, Fab's sorting out a bed or something in your downstairs so that we can crash the night and make an occasion of it. So we'll look forward to that. So it's good to see you here, Mr. Dibbles. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Cowboy Candy. Good, isn't it? That's hot.
Yeah, I'm going to give that one a miss for tonight.
Just try a little bit. Jalapeno.
You're alright. I think I'll give that one a miss for tonight. I don't fancy.
It's not that bad.
No,
Honest.
Right. You're alright.
Honest.
You're alright. Thanks.
Yes, Mr. Dibbles. It's bye for now. Tech channel. Can you not select on your YouTube channel? Can you not select what category you want to put it in? Because on mine, Ben's Garage, I've put that into cars and vehicles. The Mad Dog Farm, I put it down as entertainment. I thought you could choose those. But yeah, there's so many things on YouTube, and you go into YouTube Studio. One good thing to do is if you go into your analytics and see, I can't remember what section it's under now, but when you go into your analytics, I think it's not audience or engagement. You look down, you can see you engage, how people come to your channel. So you go into YouTube Studio and you've got overview, reach, audience, engagement, revenue. If you go into one of those, you can scroll down and it'll tell you suggested videos. It will tell you where people come from to look at your videos. So it'll be like Google search, suggested videos, which is YouTube suggests your videos to people. Search, so people have actually searched for your content. And then if you scroll further down, if you look at what people have searched for to find your channel, if you can pick out some of those keywords and use them in your channel keywords. That's right, Mick, half finished projects. That will get us every time. We do get there in the end. The Audi is almost coming to a conclusion. We've got the intercooler. The intercooler is sat underneath the camera at the moment to stop the dogs running through the tripod. There's another box down there which had the food mixer in it. But we are getting there, and we've got all the bits for the Panda. We actually got the leaf springs as well. The company where I got the Panda parts from, that's the one thing they didn't have. Was leaf spring, because obviously the 4x4 Pandas it's got leaf spring rear suspension, and I said, I see you've got everything we need except for leaf springs, and he says, we're trying to find a supplier for those next year. I managed to get them from a company in Italy, sent direct to me. They were a little bit expensive, but we're never going to have to change them again, so hopefully. All the other bits came from a firm called Ricambio International. Fiat, oh no, Italian car specialist, not just Fiat, so it's Ferrari, Maserati, you know. So yeah, we've got all the bits for the Panda. But it's always the Range Rover that brings the views. But we have got some... The last video I put out was I had a bit of a drive over to Mum and Dad's, as you probably saw. Tina took it in for its MOT. It went straight through it. A couple of advisories, but there's a few little jobs I want to do on it. I want to give it a good service next year. Change the oil in the axles, front and rear axle. Well, it's a diff on the new Range Rover. It's not an axle as such. So you've got a front diff with drive shafts, you've got a rear diff with drive shafts. And transfer case, change the oil, gearbox, change the oil and filters, engine, change the oil, change all the filters. Oh, once you've had a Range Rover, you'll never go back. Unless you buy a really bad one and they cause you no end of problems and you'll never touch one again. But yeah, I do like my Range Rovers. Let's have a bit more of this Cabernet Sauvignon. Cheers, Merry Christmas. I think I'm getting towards my limit now for eating. I'm going to have a little bit more. I'm going to save that pork pie for tomorrow, I think. I'm going to have a bit of brie. But I've run out of crackers now. So, let's have a bit of brie with some of this chili pickle, because that is simply divine. You're right over there, Hobbit?
I'm fine over here, thank you.
Pork pie now. Pork pie. Pork pie. I'm getting, as they would say in France, je suis rassasié. So I'm full up. I was told that by a French woman. Because if you say le plan is full, isn't it?
On plan.
On plan is full. But if you used to say on plan, that could mean that you're pregnant.
That's ancient.
Hey?
That's ancient.
Yeah, it's slang.
I know.
I can't remember who told me that. But yeah, je suis rassasié. I'm full up. Yeah, the ramp, it's still out there. It's not progressed any. Now, the trouble is with this ramp, I need to get out of the wheelchair onto the floor, moving about. Now, as some of you may know, I've got a pressure sore on my arse, which has been rather persistent for the last year and a bit. It was healing up nicely, and we went out to do the ramp, and as I was doing it, I rubbed it all off again. So we're back to square one, but obviously now it's getting there. It's almost healed up now. When I come out of hospital, I had a really bad bed sore on the bottom of my back, top of my arse. That was really bad. That was almost down to the bone. This one on my derriere, it's not quite as bad as that, but it's quite persistent, and it's so we need to get the digger out the front just to dig out a bit of dirt near the road, so that we can put the beams in, so that they're level. Once you get down to the end of it, it's going to be level with the floor. But I need to be getting out of the wheelchair for that and moving around on my arse, and I'm just a little bit concerned that I'm going to rub the pressure sore and damage it before it's healed up. In the new year, we will get on with it, because it is getting a little bit ropey out there. Roy, we are in France. We used to be southwest France, but we've moved now. We've gone inland a bit. If you know Limoges, we are 40 minutes from Limoges, south of Limoges. The rich part of France. Yeah, because we're all millionaires here, aren't we? Because, you know, we're a really well-paid YouTuber. We can run a Range Rover and all that kind of thing. But yeah, so yes, we're in France. I've been here for just over 11 years now. Still can't speak French. Tina's been here for 10 years. She can speak very good French.
It's okay.
Yeah, I bet I wish I was as well. But not to worry. I'm sure we'll manage. Let's have a bit more of this Port Salut, and then I'll have to... What are you laughing at?
You were having your last bit a minute ago.
Well, it's the trouble. When it's sitting in front of you, it's too easy to eat, isn't it? No. Port Salut, very nice. It's quite a soft cheese.
Get out of it. You've had enough, mate.
There's a bit too much cheese on that. Mick reckons he's seen a yacht out in all our scrap.
A yacht?
Yeah, because he says we're millionaires.
What drink is he on tonight?
Yeah, Mum's not commented on the scrap recently. But we're getting through it. We are getting through it. I'm going to be taking the engine off the flour mower at some point, and then the flour mower can go for scrap as well. PG tips. Always used to say we've got to have PG tips, but nowadays we use a French tea bag. It's Lipton's tea, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is actually quite nice. Once you get used to it, it's not so bad. This is going to be my last bit of cheese now because I'm starting to feel it.
Start putting some away.
Yeah, I'm going to. So you'll have to excuse me while I start putting some of this cheese away. No, we've moved houses since I did the hater video. I'll put this Aussie Ratty and this Tom in the same bag.
Yeah, that's fine. We just keep all of that in one of these. Better keep a little bit out for them, I suppose.
The house we had when I did the hater, that was over in the Charente. Quite a big house, but very little. Well, it wasn't little garden, but now we've got 5 acres.
Not patch on this, is it?
So, whew.
But the dogs don't say that. They didn't go very far.
I bet they didn't.
They thought about running off, but I said, should we go find Daddy? And it was, oh, Daddy, jeez.
I shall be with you shortly. I'm just... I'll put this... Yeah, well, once I get this out of the way, I'm going to get cracking into the wine. I'll put the pork pie in this bag. Bit of pork pie for tomorrow.
And the other one.
I've got another one in the fridge as well.
Start putting lids on.
I'm going to.
All
Alright. I'll keep the Cowboy Candy out because I might have another little taster at that.
We'll probably do them later tonight, I think. Running out of room in here again.
Branston Pickle is superb.
You've got the wrong lid on somewhere.
No, I haven't.
Or is that the...
That's Cowboy Candy. We're getting there. Let me just try one piece and then I'll put the lid on. She was going to make some biscuits, but she made a pork pie instead.
Don't worry, Lulu, you're not getting any of that now. I'll try some tomorrow.
That's the Roquefort.
Oh. Oh, I can't get in the fridge now.
Oh my word. Oh my word. That is hot. Is it? Could I have a dishcloth, please?
You can.
Flipping heck.
And then you can call puppies over for their last biscuit tonight.
We're just having a tidy up.
Oh, for goodness sake. There you go, there's loads of crumbs on the floor. There you go.
Oh, that Cowboy Candy is seriously hot. Flipping heck.
What is wrong with your nose, dog?
This is woman's work.
Watch it. Don't mind you, there's not a woman in the house, there's a hobbit.
Flipping heck. That is, that's on fire. Oh. Now, as I've said before, I do like some spicy food. But, pardon me. Do excuse me, there's extra bubbles in that Cowboy Candy. Oh, cheers. Are they having all that?
Yeah. It's only Christmas once a year.
Please excuse me for one moment while I feed the dogs. Oh, flipping out, I'm on fire. Come here, Kira. Right, can I pause? Good dogs. Gently. Last piece from me. Now, lick my finger. That's it, it's all gone. Oh. Whew, that gives you a bit of a head rush, old chillies. Where the fire is going down a little bit. I'm going to get a bit of this tissue paper because my nose is going to start running in a minute. Oh! Oh!
No, it's not for dogs.
Did you see that? Now this is a bit of a Brucey bonus, isn't it, really? It won't be the last bit for the dogs, no, because Tina's got some... Oh.
No, I've done it.
She took some over there and gave it to him out of shot. Cabernet Sauvignon, 2018 vintage. Take the hat off. Whey! Look at this, I've got a present. I will take that off actually, it's getting quite hot. What is it?
Well, you'll find out if you open it, won't you?
I've got to open this, apparently live on camera. Hope it's not anything too naughty. It's a box.
It's not what it says in the box.
Well, I don't know what that says anyway.
What the garlic came.
Slowly. It's addressed to Tina. It's got her name on the box. Le Bon Grain. Apparently that's what the garlic came in. The garlic we planted out in the...
You might hate it.
This is exciting, isn't it? Hey! Now, I don't know, Roy, if you was privy to this beforehand.
Nobody was.
He just told me to take my hat off.
I know, I was sitting there thinking, well done.
I've only got another hat, haven't I? This looks like it's handmade.
Not the hat.
Not the hat, obviously. But, what do they call this?
Seed beads. It's bead embroidery.
This is bead embroidery, which the Hobbit does. And have you sewed it onto the hat?
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks.
I told you not to get over it.
Oh, it won't fit my head. Look at that.
I hope it's straight.
Ben's Garage. Now, you can't find this over on the merchandise website. But it's homemade. It's got a nice little touch on it. Thanks.
Right.
Bloody marvellous. I'll have to wear it in all my videos now. And then the trouble is, people will say, where can I get hold of one of those hats?
Give me a couple of months.
Mick says, it doesn't say half fixing all kinds of stuff.
I'll do that on the ring.
No, we're not going to go there tonight. This is Christmas after all. So, but yeah, look at that. Bobby Dazzler. Where'd you get the hat from?
I've had them for ages. I've had them since summer.
Oh, it's quite a good one. It's a nice shape.
We've got a red one and a white one.
Have we?
Yeah.
That's pucker-ding, thanks.
It's alright. That was the one that you said, well, you were keeping that quiet when I said I've got my beads out.
Ah. Look at that. I'll leave that there so people can see it. So, yeah. Apparently, Roy, yes, they call me half a job Bob. One of the main reasons, we've got a lot of projects on the go and none of them seem to get finished. We've got the Audi, which blew up...
3 years ago?
No.
2 years
2 years ago, maybe? No, Dibbles was out here, wasn't he?
It was March.
That was March. Not March last year, the year before. Wasn't it?
Yeah, because
So-
we haven't quite moved in.
So the Audi's been broken down for quite a while. The TD6 broke down, go to Mum and Dad's house. That's still sitting there, but there's a bit of a story with that one. There's a chap that's interested in buying it. He's ordered the parts, but then we got locked down, so he couldn't come over and fit the parts.
Then it's been raining.
Then it's been raining. Now we've got Christmas and New Year. So I'm going to let Christmas and New Year get out of the way, and then I'll phone him up, see what he wants to do, whether he still wants it or not. If not, I might just, give him what he paid for the parts, and we'll fit the parts and get the TD6 up and running, and maybe get that sold. We've got the Panda, which has been a bit of an ongoing job, but we've got the Panda running quite nicely now. But it's got hard enough clonk about, so that's another job that isn't quite finished. Then
There's a ramp.
we got the ramp out here to finish. We got the garage to finish. We've got the wall. The wall's up nearly halfway. Of course, we need Dad for that. Dad's the builder. We got locked down. I did put him off. He was going to come over. I put him off because the weather was bad. Tina's shoulder was hurting, so it was all like, no, let's postpone it. And then we got locked down again. So that'll be in next year now if we're not locked down again, which who knows what's happening with that. But yeah, so we do have a lot of projects on the go that we don't really seem to finish. But oh yeah, and the man cave. Thanks Mick for keep reminding me about all these little jobs.
Good job he doesn't know about all of them.
Yeah, we've got the kitchen to finish as well. That's another one for your little list.
Concrete floor to do.
Concrete floor in that room.
Ramp on the outside of there.
Oh, we said the ramp.
No, the other ramp.
Oh, they're out there. Decking and a ramp out the other side.
Chicken shed.
Plus the greenhouse. We took the greenhouse down. And now we're going to put it up again in a different location. But for now we've got the polytunnel. So, but we will get round to doing the greenhouse. Oh, if you think about it, it's a bit overwhelming, especially when you're stuck in a wheelchair and there's only so much I can do. So Tina's having to do a lot of it, and I'm sort of, has the Hobbit got a channel? No, she doesn't really like the camera. I do catch her on the camera every now and again, but I don't think that's her bag really, is it?
No.
No. Oh, you're going to open this present for you? I've got it for you. I got a present for the Hobbit. Chainsaw. Yes, the chainsaw. That still needs fixing. The annoying thing is, I've had it running. And if you've seen the videos on the chainsaw, you'll know that it just won't go full throttle. But I just thought, I'll look at it after Christmas, after New Year. In the New Year, that'll be one of the jobs to have a look at. But it's a Husqvarna 435, Roy. It's my brother's old chainsaw that he was using for work. And my brother is not one for maintaining tools, bits and pieces. So he said to me, do I want it? Mum and Dad was going back to the UK, because Mum and Dad live out in France, obviously. They was going back to the UK. He said to me, do I want it? Because he knew that I could fix it. So I said, yeah, send it over. It sounded like it just the way he was talking, it was just wanted a service, basically. But I got it out. Mum and Dad brought it out. I took it apart. The coil had come loose. One of the screws had dropped out, and the coil had come down, hit the flywheel, snapped off the mounting where it goes onto the cylinder, chewed up the flywheel, chewed up the coil. So I wasn't going to fix it because it just wasn't worth it. We've got two saws. I've got a 372 XP and I've got a T540 XP. Both fantastic saws. I have rebuilt the T540. That was due to the Hobbit, who, by accident, put neat petrol in it. That's another story. Anyway, so I've rebuilt that. That's all running perfect. So I wasn't going to fix the 435, and Mr. Dibbles bought a house out here. They've got about 5 acres of land, a lot of trees. I said to him, do you want the chainsaw? I'll rebuild it. Because for what it would cost in parts to rebuild it, he wouldn't be able to buy that saw for the same amount of money. So basically, I've rebuilt it. It's got a new cylinder, piston, flywheel, coil, all bits and pieces. Got it all up and running. I put the wrong coil on it to start with and it was running backwards. Put the right coil on it, it runs the right way, but it won't rev up. And I've looked at the trigger. You pull the trigger flat out and it's not pushing the carb. It's got like a little plastic lever that pushes forward. And it's not pushing the linkage for the carburetor to go full throttle. I think I might have left a screw out on the body, I'm not sure. But I'll have a look at it. We'll get it done. I've got their strimmer to sort out as well. A little Stihl FS120. I've put a new carburetor on it, but we're still getting no spark. I think the flywheel's just got a bit of rust on it, so I shall clean all the rust off, set the coil up properly, and see if we get a spark on it, and get that up and running, and they can have that back. I've also got his rotavator as well. All these little jobs. So this is why they take the mick out of me and call me the half job man, Anyway, Tina, I've got a Christmas present here for you. Came in the post the other day. I'd ordered it quite a while ago and it was taking forever to get here. I didn't think it was going to get here in time. Are you going to come and open it?
Sorry, dudes. We need to do his nails.
Let's make a bit of space here.
Do I have to open it on camera?
Well, you can if you want. You don't have to.
No,
but...
I'll stand it then.
Well, open it there. We can still see it. We don't see you, but we can see the present.
Oh, it even wrote on it.
What does it say?
Tina, lots of love, Ben. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
We're after brownie points. Well, are you going to open it or not?
How did you know?
How did I know what?
This has been coming up in my feed
And mine.
for months. Wow! Hang on, glasses.
We've got Glenn Sargent in now.
Oh, fantastic.
Good evening, Glenn. I'm just scoring brownie points here.
Oh, that is amazing. Thank you. That's brilliant. Thank you. Let's get back to nature. Oh, wow.
So yeah, it looks like we might be on for some extra pork pies this week. What is it? What's the book?
The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies.
The Lost Book of Herbal The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies.
Wow.
So she's going to be going out in the garden now, picking up all sorts of weeds and making all sorts of weird stuff with it, and trying them out on me and the dogs, I suppose.
Yep.
Do they do a herb that can miraculously get you walking again?
I shall have a look. Walking herbs.
So yeah, that's a bit of reading material for the Hobbit. That'll keep her quiet.
Wow.
It's in English.
Do you know why I wanted this one?
No.
Because I have got Culpeper's herbal,
Yeah.
but that was written in the 1600s, so there's not a lot of science behind it. This is... They won't tell you to use something that's going to kill you.
I actually flicked through it. It says something about horse chestnut in there, and that they're poisonous. I didn't read what it did, but it said said that it's poisonous and the seeds are poisonous. But yeah, so that's how to keep the Hobbit happy. Buy her a book that she's always wanted.
And you didn't even know I wanted it.
And I didn't even know that she wanted it, to be honest. But it's been popping up in her feed on Facebook or Instagram or whatever.
I have been so close to getting it so many times.
Well, it's lucky I got it then.
Wow.
You're going to tell me now you've already ordered it?
No.
No, that's all right then. So yeah, so what's it?
The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies.
The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies.
The Healing Power of Plant Medicine.
The Healing Power of Plant Medicine. So there you go. It'll be interesting. I'm sure next year will be experimented on. There'll be all kinds of stuff.
I've already done some years ago.
Smells and God knows what coming out of the kitchen.
Yeah, I don't like it.
She'll probably get a cauldron out and start brewing some stuff up.
I need a cauldron.
Oh God. That started something off now, hasn't it? So yeah, a little bit of Christmas. Quite looking forward to Christmas. I know what I'm getting. My main, I asked for something for Christmas, and I know I've got it because I've already checked it. It turned up in their thing, and Tina says, "Oh, you better open it up and make sure it's all there." So I did, and then she swiftly took it. When I said, "Yeah, it's all okay," she swiftly took it off me, and I've not seen it since. So no, I don't know how, Mick, you would get a goat in that.
I'm still waiting for the goat.
Now, talking of goats, farmer over the road's got goats and they keep getting out. We was doing something the other day and we heard all this trip trap, trip trap, trip trap. The goats come wandering up the ramp and they stood at the front door. all 3 of them.
So sweet.
They're a bit timid. When you got near the door, they sort of backed off. But yeah, bloody goats.
Gorgeous. Dandelion.
Have you found stuff that we've actually got?
Dandelion.
Oh, we've got dandelion actually outside.
We've got comfrey seeds, we've got borage, we've
I remember
got chives,
years ago when we lived in Lincolnshire,
chickweed.
Dad made some dandelion wine. Tasted as rough as hell, but flipping heck, talk about get you pissed. Yeah, bugger. Yeah, I always remember that because he said you had to pick the dandelions at a certain time of day when they were open, I think. Yeah, well, it probably was alright. I don't. When you're kids, you just. Because our old house in Lincolnshire, it used to be a pub. It obviously closed down as a pub for years, but there was still a little bar in there and bits and pieces. So we used to keep all the drinks behind what we used to call the bar. So of course, when you're kids, you used to sneak in there, didn't you? Bottle off. And try all the different drinks. And now I remember there was some Malibu and martinis, a lot of martini, Cinzano.
I used to love that.
Oh, Roy, don't tell the Hobbit that. The Hobbit wants to keep bees.
Yes.
That is something that we've got to get sorted out. With this last year we've been doing a lot of work on the house and stuff, and the garage and bits and pieces, and the garden and getting the polytunnel up and growing the chilies and all that kind of thing. But there's a place up the road. Well, I think they're still there. I don't know.
No, I don't think they are.
Oh, they might have shut down. There was a beekeeping shop up let's say up the road. It's probably about a 15-minute drive. Tina was going to pop in there and speak to him because we've never done it before. Tina wants to get into it. A friend of ours used to do it, but he's moved back to the UK now. But I mean, I could probably still tap him up for information. But we used to have a lot of honey off of him. He did chestnut honey and sunflower honey. Obviously, the honey you get is whatever the bees get, whatever in season. And he did get quite a lot. One year he got about 70 kilos, did he say?
Something crazy like that.
70 kilos of honey. And he only had 2 hives. But the chestnut honey was quite a strong flavour. I quite liked it. My dad liked it. Did you like it?
The chestnut one?
Yeah.
Not that much.
Tina didn't like the chestnut honey so much, but the sunflower honey was really, really nice. But he's moved back to the UK now. But say Tina wants to keep bees, so we're going to get a beehive up by the woods. Yeah, so that'll be that. Bit of a... I'll try and do some videos on it. It'll be a little adventure into beekeeping. I'll have to do it from a distance.
Bees are all right.
Whereabouts in Lincolnshire? We was near Spilsby. I think, Roy, you're somewhere in Cambridgeshire, aren't you? If I remember rightly. I could be wrong. Yeah, so we lived in Spilsby, or near Spilsby, which is sort of between Boston and Skegness. We moved up there when I was 7. We moved up there from Kent. It was like going back in time, different world. Yes, I am. March rings a bell. I know March quite well. I used to live in Peterborough, and so I used to, and because I used to work for CSG Recovery, which is no longer, because they're now called Eden Recovery, I believe. CSG Recovery was Church Street Garage in Whittlesea, and so yeah, I all ran there. March, Ramsey, Chatteris, all out there on the fens. Yeah, all good stuff. So we do get a lot of bees. We've had a lot of hornet trouble this year. Not trouble. We've had hornets nesting in the chimney, which we've not worried about because they've not really bothered us, the ones in the chimney. We had hornets nesting in the garage. Now they were bothering us. Tina was in the garage knocking up the membrane before we concrete the floor, and they were sort of all buzzing around and that, so we had to get the hornet man out to deal with the hornets. And then we've got the hornet nest in the oak tree, which is just out in the middle of the field. Normally if they're out in the tree or that, we wouldn't bother with them, but and we've not got bees at the moment because obviously hornets are not very good for bees.
Particularly the Asian ones.
The Asian hornets. And so...
Oh, you need to eat more leek.
Leek? We've got some leek growing, but they're about as big as my little finger.
Heart disease, high blood pressure, lowering cholesterol, stabilising blood sugar levels.
That's all I'm going to get now, what I've got to eat and what I've got to rub into myself.
Anemia, gout, arthritis.
Well, apparently eating leek is quite good.
Antibacterial, antiviral and antifungal.
Well, that's why the Welsh are always so healthy then, isn't it?
There you go. A whole body cleanse. Drink leek juice.
There's a chap you probably won't. It's like Americans, isn't it, Roy? They say, "Oh, you're English. You must know that John Smith." I don't know what even made me think of it. A chap out here, Welsh bloke, lived up the road from us. He's moved back to the UK. I think he's in Chatteris now. I was going to say, "Do you know him?" But I thought about it, and then I thought, that's ridiculous. It's like saying, "Oh yeah, you must know that John Smith." But because it's Gwyn, wasn't it? Gwyn moved back to the UK.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was either Chatteris or March. But there you go. So yeah, eating leek apparently, according to Tina's new Bible, is good for all sorts. High blood pressure, was it?
High blood pressure, high cholesterol.
High cholesterol.
Hang on, I'm on licorice.
So what have you got to eat leek every day?
Looks like it.
Oh, I don't fancy that too much.
Antibacterial. Leek juice is good for a whole body cleanse. Gout, arthritis.
Who do I know in Chatteris?
Anemia.
Well, if he did move to Chatteris, the only person I know there really is
It's Gwyn.
Gwyn Jones.
Lung work.
If you play darts, you'll know him. But cause he's mad on darts, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, ex-army. But yeah, I don't think I know anyone in Chatteris. Obviously, I've been all around there. Obviously, with the recovery trucks and that. Angela Glenn, where's that? Hi from Angela Glenn. That's Glenn Sargent.
Hey.
Where? I've never heard of the place. So yeah, I know all. Well, I don't know it, but I've been all round there. So when on with CSG Recovery, we used to we had the police contract for Peterborough and sort of surrounding areas, but we didn't do the A1. What were they called? Ratcliffe's on the A1 had the big orange lorries. They did the A1 for the police only because they had heavy recovery trucks, and we didn't have heavy. We had a couple of heavy wreckers, but they were derelict, and so we was just up to 7.5 ton. So if a lorry broke down on the A1, we couldn't deal with it. So Ratcliffe's had the A1 stretch for the police. We had the rest of Peterborough. But then we used to do a lot of work for some of the, like they used to call them motoring clubs, didn't they? The RAC. It wasn't the RAC. It was Interpartner was one of them. We did do some work for the RAC, but Parker Fry had the contract for the RAC.
Would it be alright if we got snake bites?
Oh, that's okay then.
Because we've got mullen out there.
Have we?
Yeah, I saw it this year.
Well, apparently we're alright if we get bitten by a snake because we've got a particular weed out there that Tina says we can use.
And bronchitis, emphysema, laryngitis, bronchitis, asthma and tuberculosis. Skin wounds, ulcers, tumours and hemorrhoids, earaches and ear infections, sunburn and inflammatory skin conditions.
Oh, be alright if we get hemorrhoids then.
Gastrointestinal, that one.
Well, that's it now. I've got all this book. She's going to be trying all these potions on us.
Oregano. Stimulates metabolism and weight loss. Oregano.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oregano. Oregano. That's what the Americans call it, isn't it? Oregano. Oregano.
Oregon.
That's French, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oregon.
Oxide daisy, we've got some of them.
So
Peppermint,
we
some of that.
when I was at CSG Recovery, we had the boss was quite good friends with I can't remember what the company was called now. I think they were at Littleport or Ely. He was quite good friends with the bloke who owned the company.
Snake bite.
So I'm talking here.
Yeah, I'm just reading the book.
Yeah, read it in your head.
Out loud. Toothache.
You give me toothache, you give me headache.
It probably does that as well.
God dear. So yeah, we used to do a little bit out that way. Bit special. He's talking about you, not me.
I know.
No, he said, well done mate, you guys are a bit special.
So special.
Saunders, yellow and blue livery. I'm lost now. What's that?
We've got that one.
Saunders.
We've got that one.
I wonder if that's the company that was the where the boss's mate was. I can't remember what they were bloody called now. It was a blue lorry. I remember that because I know he came out to one of our trucks. We had we'd been out to we got called out to a police job on Ramsey Mere side, somewhere like that. It was on one of the back fen roads, and it was a couple of car RTA. Or they're not allowed to call them RTAs anymore, right? Because there's no such thing as a road traffic accident. RTC, road traffic collision. There was a 3.5 ton van which I went to pick up, and there was a car which had hit the van, or the van had hit the car anyway. One of the other drivers, he went out in the 18 ton Renault tilt and slide flatbed. He picked the car up. I picked the van up because I used to drive a 7.5 ton spec lift, so I picked the van up at the front and towed it. And so in the 18 tonner, he pulled off, went down the road to turn around and came back. And as he came back to where we were, he put two wheels on the grass and put the whole bloody recovery truck down in the ditch. So the recovery truck is on its side. The car that he had on the back had broke 3 of its straps, and that was laying in the field. So I had to phone the boss up because obviously the lad who was driving the 18 tonner was obviously shitting himself. So I phoned the boss. I said, look, he's just put the Renault in the ditch and the car is in the field. I said, we've recovered it once, we're going to have to recover it again. So the police wanted to call Ratcliffe's out. And I don't think the boss had a very good relationship with Ratcliffe's. They was the orange lorries on the A1. So he said, oh, my mate, it was either Littleport or Ely. And I'm sure his name was John. But it was a big blue lorry. He came out in a big heavy wrecker. So, of course, I took the van. I had the 3.5 ton van on the back of mine. I took that back to the yard, and the boss said, get back out there quick, because he didn't want Ratcliffe's to pick one of our trucks up. So I got there. The police were still sat there because the road was still, blocked. And So we was waiting ages for this bloody heavy wrecker. And he turned out, I can't remember what the firm was. They might not even be in business anymore because it was a few years ago now. 2005, 2006, that sort of time. And yeah, so I used my truck to winch the car out of the field back onto the truck that was on its side. So when we got it back onto the truck, we strapped it onto the truck properly. And then when the heavy wrecker come up, he just winched the whole truck with the car already on the back of it. I don't think it was Saunders. I think I know which the trucks you mean, but I don't think it was them. But all good times.
Stinging nettles.
Cheers. Merry Christmas. Yeah, CSG Recovery used to be red and yellow lorries. So it was obviously Church Street Garage in Whittlesea. He's since moved. Church Street Garage is all shut down now. It was still there. I don't know if he sold it all off because I think there was a few people that wanted to build on the land. Whether he has done or not, I don't know. But he had a place at Eastery, right next door to the Nag's Head. So he's got a yard out the back of his house, but I think he's got a depot in Huntingdon somewhere, and now it's called Eden Recovery because his name's Eddie, his wife's called Annette, Ed, Anne, I assume. So yeah, but I think the trucks are still the same colour, yellow and red. They look like Noddy trucks because Noddy's car was yellow and red. So you're going foraging tomorrow for weeds?
Most of them aren't growing at the minute.
Oh, okay.
But I can make a plan.
Oh God.
For next year's foraging.
I've done something now, haven't I?
Well, the thing is, I've got some herbal remedies books from years back, but they're buried in the bottom of a box somewhere. And this one has actually been written by somebody with a PhD and somebody who suffers with some illnesses. MS, specifically. Mustard! We had some of that.
I'm just Googling it now.
What, the Lost Book of Herbal Remedies?
No.
Oh, yeah, you're on that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Sorry. Mustard is good.
Mustard's very good on your pork pie.
It's also good for pneumonia, bronchitis, respiratory diseases, poison ingestion, preventing infection, preventing cancer, arthritis, sore throats, chilblains.
LG rings a bell.
I think we've got some of them.
It might be LG Recovery. I'm just looking. It's definitely not Tears, that's for sure. But LG Recovery rings a bell. Yeah, fantastic service from John. I'm sure his name was John. Lynn Road, Chettisham, Ely. Yeah, they're in Peterborough. I think they got... I'm pretty sure... Well, they always used to have a depot in Huntingdon. Yeah, we used to do a bit of work for Tears. Well, with Tears, because... How do I word this without... Tears were going after the RAC contract, and you had to meet a certain criteria, and they did something, and the RAC turned around and says, no, we're not using you because you're a bunch of idiots. So we got the RAC contract for their area, which I think it was just north of Stamford. This is when I was working at Parker Fry. So Parker Fry had the RAC contract, but their area was getting bigger and bigger. So they took over Tiers area, but they was basically subcontracting to Tiers because my brother was living in Bourne at the time and he was working from home, so he had a truck parked at home. He was covering sort of like that area, yeah, Tiers sort of north of Stamford. I can't remember where they were now, but sort of Grantham way. I think they were Grantham. Obviously they're all over the place, Tiers. It's quite a big company. So yeah, they've got very nice trucks. But yeah, they did something wrong. I can't remember what it was. But basically the RAC just said no. Op it. So when I was working at Parker Fry, they managed to get the contract for the RAC at the time. And but they was subbing a lot of work out to Tiers. It is a bit weird, but there you go. But it's like everything. Working for the old recovery firms used to be good money. When I started, not so much CSG. Well, CSG was all right, but they all paid the drivers quite well, and then I don't know if they get greedy or what. But you know, when I was at one of the firms, we could earn good money on overtime because we was on office hours, basic wage, office hour 8 till 5:30 was like office hours. That was your basic wage. If you got called out, out of office hours, it was overtime. So you got like a call out fee, but then the first few miles, you didn't get paid for the mileage. But after about 30 miles, you got paid for the mileage you did. So say you got called out at 7 o'clock at night, car broke down on the A1, they're going to Scotland, you get your call out fee, but then the first 30 miles you didn't get paid, but after that you got paid for every mile that you did there and back. So it was quite a good earner. Obviously we did 3 days on, 3 days off. It could be a lot of hours, you know, if you're having a run to Scotland and back and then you're back at work the next day. Because at the time recovery trucks weren't on driver hours. They are now. Just before I moved to France, you could operate up to 100 kilometres from your base without a tacho. Once you set one wheel outside that 100 kilometre radius, you was on tacho for the rest of the week. But at the time, recovery trucks weren't on driver hours, so you could just keep going and keep going, which is a bit naughty really. But so yeah, we'd have a run to. I had a run up to Edinburgh one night, and I was on my way back, and I just got back into Peterborough, and they phoned me up and said, "Do you want to have a run up to Glasgow?" So okay. So anyway, all out of hours. That was all good overtime. We could earn between 800 to 1500 overtime a month, which, you know, on top of your basic wage was quite good. Then what they started to do was the car would break down, they would offer them a loan car. So we would take the loan car out to them, we'd pick up the broken down car, bring it back to base, they'd go off home in the loan car all happy and lovely jubbly. Then we would take their car up in office hours when we was on a basic wage. So when they started doing that, we lost between 800 and 1500 a month in overtime, which was quite a big hit really. You can tell why they did it, and quite often what they used to do was say, if you're not desperate for your car back, keep our loan car and we'll hold on to your car for a couple of days, and then if there's any other cars that want to go north or south or wherever they're going, because on the 7.5 tonners we used to drive, the flatbeds, they had a spec lift on it, so you could obviously have one car on the back and you could suspend tow another one. So you could, like I took two up to Scotland. I took one up to Aberdeen, I think. No, Aberdeen's a long way up, isn't it? It was somewhere up on the east coast of Scotland. I dropped one off, picked up one of our cars, went all the way across to the west coast of Scotland and dropped their car off and picked up another loan car and drove all the way back with 2 of our cars. And most of that was in office hours. There was only a little bit of overtime, so it obviously works out better for the company, but for the drivers it was a bit of a rum deal. But it's just the way it is, isn't it? Progress, they tell me. Progress. Anyway, I've got to crack on and get this wine finished. Tell the Hobbit there is an English beekeeper in France who has a good channel. Richard Knoll. And he sells bees as well.
Okay, I'll have to...
Nice one, Roy. Thank you very much. We'll check that one out.
Is that Noel with a K-N?
No. N-O-E-L.
Oh, Noel.
Noel. Noel. Noel. That's one thing we're missing tonight, isn't it? Christmas carols. I'm not going to burst into song.
You just did.
Yeah, but that was just...
Oh, Hawthorne. We've got Hawthorne.
I feel like I'm all cheesed out now.
God for that.
Now, if Mr. Dibbles were here, there wouldn't be any wine left. Because if you're drinking with a few of you, it tends to go down even quicker, doesn't it? But being as I'm the only one sat here drinking, it's all right. But I don't want to get too out of control. Can't give the dog any more cheese because he'll have nightmares, and her. They're bad enough as it is. About another glass.
You can use horse chestnut for chronic venous insufficiency, to lower blood sugar, varicose veins.
Oh, there you go. You've got varicose veins.
I haven't got varicose veins, I've got thread veins.
Thread veins, same thing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But we haven't got any horse chestnut. We've got sweet chestnut.
I have horse chestnut seeds.
Oh, we'll have to grow a horse chestnut tree then.
We will. A lot of these trees and some of the plants we have to get hold of and grow naturally.
Well, Mick, what I was thinking of doing with these cooking videos, I've re-uploaded some onto the new channel, which I've got a video coming out on. I've changed the channels, like I said before, so the Mad Dog Farm is now called Mad Dog Air Guns. I've got a video, excuse me. So I've got a video that I'm going to release just before Christmas, explaining why I've changed the you know, I've got another channel set up and why I've done it, and I'll put a link to go and find it. I've re-uploaded some of the cooking videos on there, but what I'll probably do is I'm going to re-video some of them, because some of them go on a bit long, don't they? They're 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour, some of them. And especially after I had that comment that time, people don't want to see me touching my beard, do they? So what I might do is just, I don't know, I might redo some, try and get a little bit better quality so it's better for the viewer. So I might redo some of the old ones, I'm not sure, but you know, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I can't believe that woman. I had to block her. Yeah, I'll probably try and do the chatty ones, but try and condense them a little bit. Not so much waffle. That's probably the better idea.
Yeah.
Still have me presenting the video and chatting, but what I tend to do, I tend to sit there and tell everyone what ingredients I'm going to put in it, and then as I'm putting it in, tell everyone what I'm putting in it again. So if I don't sit there and tell everyone what I'm putting in the first time round, and when I do actually, we're going to put some of this in, we're going to put some of that in, that might be better and the video might be a bit shorter. You are the USP of the channel. What's USP?
A special person?
I think I'm going to have a sore head tomorrow.
Not nurse in the morning.
Oh, shit.
Bleach.
Yeah, got the nurse tomorrow.
Oh.
She's found something else.
Soaking skin in a very dilute bleach solution is effective to treat bed sores.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So I've got to hang my arse in a bucket full of bleach.
No, I shall make a very dilute solution and stick it on it.
Oh.
Oh.
More,
Household bleach.
more Tina and the dogs, please.
Hey?
More Tina and the dogs, please.
Who's that?
Glenn Sargent.
Ludo. Go see.
Come here, Ludo. Come here, mate. Come here. Come here. Up. Right, look at the camera. No.
Hey, food.
I ain't got any cheese. Look, up in the cup there. You're on the telly, mate. You're on telly. What do you want to say to your adoring fans? No, stay there. Stay there. All right. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
You've not got your brakes on, have you?
Oh! 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 What? What? Tell me then. Tell me. No, there's nothing up there.
Tell him. Tell him. Tell him.
That's Ludo, by the way. It's not the Hobbit. That's still Ludo.
Tell him. Tell him.
Come here. Come here. Come here. No, Ludo. 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 Shh. Don't ask me back. Come here. Right, gently. Listen to what I'm doing. He's got to have the final word, hasn't he? Right, you listening? I wasn't doing it high pitch. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Right, you ready? It's. Well done. Good boy. Wave to all your fans.
Flap
Oh, well.
your ears.
So, yes, there's Ludo. We've got the Hobbit and we've got the Muppet.
And what's Kira?
Well, she's just normal.
Correct. Whenever I say that, you say, "Oh, I don't think so."
Well, she's more normal than he is.
Well, that's not difficult. Ludo,
Yes.
it's a lot.
So what do you do for entertainment? Oh, we speak to the dogs.
Where's my whistle?
Oh, God, no, don't. But, yes, they are in fine form. Ludo is a fat jabber because he keeps getting out and eating God knows what over in the woods.
Needs his nails doing.
He has got a fatty lump on him. Yeah, dog's chorus, yes. But he's... Don't need that, thank you. How old is he? He'll be 9 next year, won't he?
Yeah.
Ludo will be 9 next March. Kira is a year older, so she'll be 10, obviously. Yeah. He's limping a bit tonight, but Tina, you're worse than a child.
Eh?
You're worse than a child.
Yeah, and I've not had anything to drink.
Exactly. Whoa, you're knocking the table. Yes, the dog's chorus. Kira doesn't do that at all. She'll sort of whimper and make a bit of a funny noise, but Ludo, he gets really vocal. You can properly get him howling at some point. But when he gets too excited, he gets a bit high pitched and it goes right through you. Give it a rest. I'm live streaming it to the world.
I think
Pencil sharpener. So yes. Wait. Take it outside. Come in.
He probably wants to get in your lap properly.
Ludo. Ludo.
Go sit down, go on.
Come in.
Up you go.
Come on. Up. Up.
You might have to help him.
Bloody hell. Hello, mate. What's on the... Look over there. Phew. Oh, I'll tell you what, he stinks. Hey, good boy. Oh. No thanks.
You're not getting any.
So that's one of the dogs. No thanks. He's like a big child. If we have a bit of thunderstorm or there's a loud bang outside, he gets up into my lap and he's a proper fairy, basically. But yeah, I wouldn't do without him. Right, he's settled down now, so we can get back to drinking wine. I've almost there. Getting bored. You're getting bored. Sorry about that.
Who's that?
Someone here. Says Ben, getting a bit bored, mate. Or is he on about me getting a bit bored? I don't know. What a wuss. He is a wuss. Yes, you've never seen anything like it.
Oh,
Tail between the legs, shaking like a right big girl's blouse.
It's a bit like that when he gets electrocuted.
Yeah, Tina was out walking him today. Now, Ludo, she's started taking him off the lead because he's been a bit of a knob. Kira, you have to leave her on the lead because she's a bit of a... she'll be gone. But old Ludo keeps getting zapped by the electric fence. Idiot, you think he'd learn after the first time, wouldn't you? It's not our electric fence, it's up down the road. But yeah, so he's got a bit of a thing with electric fences now. SL rebuilds. No, I've never heard of SL rebuilds. I'll have to have a look at those. We have got a spare wheelchair down in the dungeon. And we did threaten about putting an engine on it. But I don't know if it'll be such a good idea.
No.
I'll have to make a wheelchair from scratch, won't I?
I would.
I've got an engine out there, 13 horsepower Lifan engine on the flower mower. And when I get some of these other half-baked projects finished. So whenever that'll be, I do not know. I'm going to build an off-road buggy. I don't know if it's going to have suspension or anything like that, but it'll all be hand controls. I can use pedals because I can drive the Range Rover, but I think something like that, bouncing around the field, I'm probably going to want hand controls on it. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and
Crash on it.
so that'll be like that'll be the project that I've been hinting about, building a bit of an off-road buggy type thing with that engine. Now the other engine that came off it, that might still be good. I know it's leaking oil, but it might just be a case that I can fix where it's coming from. But the Lifan engine is slightly better than the engine that came off, so the old engine I might just keep it for spares. We'll have to wait and see. But that's a long way down the line. Well, I say a long way down the line. If we get these other projects done fairly quick-ish, by Ben's standards, then we might move on to that.
About 2025.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have a look at that as well tomorrow. But, yeah.
Nice one, Ludo.
Lovely. Don't know if the microphone picked that up, but that was Ludo clearing his throat. Bloody dogs. Oh dear. Oh look, I'm touching my beard. Sorry. You
Did
dirty.
you say Nick Knoll?
Or Robert Knoll.
Richard Knoll?
Richard Knoll?
Bees in Brittany.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I found him.
Alright. Tina's found the bee man in France, so she's checking that out now.
I found him on Twitter.
Oh, she's found him on Twitter.
Well, it's just what the search I did came.
Yeah. So she'll be getting involved in that now. So don't know when we'll be keeping bees, but it's on the cards. It has been for a while.
As long as we can spend time on it, we can't be halfway through 3 or 4 other.
No, but you don't need to do a lot with bees, do you?
No, but it's our first year. We need to be keeping an eye on making sure we're doing things right.
But I mean, that's not a problem because you're always out there walking the dogs, aren't you?
Mm.
So yes, that could be on the cards. Maybe next year. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Now we've got the new tractor. Obviously, cutting the grass and all that kind of thing's a lot easier. Whereas a lot of time, it was a lot of effort last year cutting the grass before we got the new tractor. Because with the old one, it was a little bit small, and then the bearings seized up in the mower deck, and it was all right when we got it, but it just wasn't quite man enough for the job, really. In hindsight, should we have bought it? Probably not. But having said that, we made money on it, so it wasn't a pointless exercise. We got €700 more than we paid for it, so so it will soon be Christmas. What are you all getting for Christmas? Anything nice? I better not ask them about the vaccine, had I?
No.
Is that taking it too far?
You'd have had one too many if you start on that.
Alright. I won't then. Yeah. It'll be quite interesting, a bit of a build on that kind of thing. There's been a lot of interest in the gang mower, and so hopefully I can get that in there and start doing that. Obviously, parts might be a bit difficult to come by because it's quite old, but they stopped the one the gang mower we've got, they stopped making that in 1986. So if that's one of the latest ones, that's as new as it is. 1986. Excuse me. But yeah, it'd be interesting getting that up and running as well. Engine works perfectly on it, and nope. Electric gates. That's very posh. And he takes the mick out of us saying that he's seen a yacht out in the garden. You've got bloody electric gates. We haven't got electric gates. I think that's a bit upper class, that is. Yeah. No, we haven't got electric. We've got manual gates. Well, we will have manual gates when we... we put gates in the other side of the garage. Now we've decided we want the gates in front of the garage so that we can fence off across the front and let the dogs have the free run of the place. Yeah, but you've got them just because they're not working. But so we did quite a good job of concreting the other ones in because we didn't want them obviously moving. Now we've decided that we want to move them, so we've got to dig them up. We've got the digger, so that's not a big issue. But I've got to dig them up. So the post is going to come out with a big lump of concrete on the bottom. So I need to dig a hole, an even bigger hole, put that lump of concrete in with the post, and put even more concrete in there. So that's another job out there. That's in the queue, but we need to get that job. We need to get the gates done sort of fairly soon, so we can fence off across the front and take the inside fences out. And then when we've got the inside fence out, I can then dig the trench from the garage to the house for the electric and the water. So that'll be a job for the new year. I'll get the swap the bucket over on the digger, and we'll have a go at digging these gate posts. I'll have to take the gates off first, unbolt the gates and take them off the posts, and then try and dig them up without damaging anything, and reposition them. The hardest bit is going to be getting them all lined up and level, so that when we actually put the gates back on, they're going to be in the right place. Has Tina written you a list yet? We would love to see a video on that and watch you cross the items off the list.
Oh, I can write a list.
She was talking about getting a blackboard somewhere in the kitchen.
In the hallway.
In the hallway, and putting all the jobs on it.
Jobs and shopping list.
And then cross them off one by one. We did write a list once. I don't know what happened to it.
No, do I? Got moved.
But jobs were getting added onto the list quicker than they were getting taken off. So I don't know what happened to the list. We did have it somewhere. Because we sat down on one rainy day, we were sat indoors, like, right, let's write a list of jobs we need to do. But it's like I said in one of the, I think I've done a video, a Merry Christmas video for the Ben's Garage channel, and I said on that a lot of these projects, I said people have been taking the piss out of me on the live streams, half job projects and all that kind of thing. I said, but at the end of the day, we're not. And any time restraints, we are, but we're not. You know, it's not it's like with the Audi. We need to get it fixed so we can sell it, but it gets done when it gets done, doesn't it? Yeah, in the man cave. The man cave's getting filled up even more. I've got a couple of new little bits of what would you call it?
Hardware.
Furniture. A couple of new bits of furniture for the man cave. They'll be bolted to the wall. There's 2 gun cabinets. I don't need to keep them in a gun cabinet, but I've got guns all over the bloody place. So I've got a gun cabinet for the rifles and a gun cabinet for all the handguns. So they'll just be tidy, out of the way. That's the plan. But I've just that what the small one turned up today, which they're not supposed to be here till next year, but
your next one might not be.
Well, no, it might not if they're coming from the UK. Roy thinks his dog has eaten some cheese. Phew. Dodd? What's a Dodd? I reckon Mick's been on the old wine because his spelling's suffering a little bit. So yeah, we've nearly done a bottle of wine tonight. I'm not feeling too bad. It really got the first glass or a bit and a bit more. Sort of, it was getting to my head, and I thought, here we go. But it's the more I drink, the better it gets.
I'll go and get some of the cheap shit up, shall I?
No.
You'll be fine by now.
No. One bottle of wine is enough for anyone. I think I'm probably going to be in for a bit of a night of it tonight. All that cheese. They always used to say that if you have cheese before bedtime, you'll have nightmares. I thought that's a load of crap, innit? That time that my dad was here and Mr. Dibbles, we was eating cheese till it was gone 11, and went to bed. It wasn't nightmares as such, but it was just really, really weird dreams. Flipping heck. It could have been a nightmare because I was dreaming that I was playing bass guitar at a concert, like a proper concert, 50,000 plus people, and all my strings went loose. And it was sort of like, what's going on here? That was a bit of an odd dream. So that could have been a nightmare for some people, but see, it wasn't just me that had funny dreams that night. Both Mr. Dibbles and my dad did. So it's never got me before, because normally my head hits that pillow and I'm gone.
And he's not joking.
And you know, out for the count basically.
Yep.
Obviously, I do dream sometimes. Isn't it funny though? If I dream about myself, I don't think I've ever dreamed once with me being in the wheelchair, which is a bit odd. All my dreams, if I'm dreaming about myself, the dreams I've had with me in it, I've always been walking.
To be honest, I think you are in most of mine.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whether it's because the wheelchair's a bit of I say new thing, it'll be 5 years next year. Must try harder, get walking. I suppose if I'd spent most of my life in a wheelchair, I might dream of myself in a wheelchair. But who knows? Who bloody knows? But it's getting late anyway. It's 10 to 11. So yeah, that is the Cabernet Sauvignon 2018 vintage, empty bottle, Grand Reserve, Pays Doc. What happened? How did I end up in a wheelchair? Supposed to serve this plus 16 to plus 18 degrees. Mick says, perhaps tonight is not the time to try walking after that bottle.
Might be just the time.
It could be.
You won't notice if you fall over.
I had physio today actually, so but what's happening now with the physio is I'm wearing him out more than he wears me out. So, well, it's like this, Roy. The last time somebody asked me, because we had a plumber come out, and it's a young lad that we knew from town, and the last time he saw me, I was walking about, and he couldn't get it in his head. He kept looking at me. He said, "There's something different." I said, "Well, I'm in a wheelchair." He said, "Oh yeah." And he said, "Oh, how did that happen?" I said, "I fell off the roof." He fell for it, obviously, like I did. But that's not the story. But yeah, I have got videos on it, but I will tell you the short abridged version. Massive pains down my front here. Tina was just about to go out of the house, so I said, "Look, you better phone the doctor because something's not right here." It was like really painful. I thought it's not a heart attack because it's straight down the middle. Bloody hell, what's that? So anyway, luckily I caught her before she went out, because otherwise that would have been it, lights out. Anyway, she phoned up for an ambulance. They whisked me off to Angoulême Hospital, put me in the scanner, airlifted me to Bordeaux, and then they cut me open, and my aorta, that obviously comes off your heart and distributes blood to the rest of your body, aorta had burst, and a lot of complications from that, basically. So 9 and a bit hours surgery. They put a brand new aorta in, so I've got Teflon pipework now. But because of that, what happens when something like that drastic happens to your body starts shutting down. So all your extremities doesn't get any blood. So all the muscles in my legs were starved of blood and oxygen, obviously. So what your muscles tend to do when they're not getting any oxygen or blood, they start releasing a toxin into your bloodstream. Basically, your muscles die off, and so my muscles were dying off. They release a toxin. So complications from the surgery. They put some stents in my neck. What do they call them, arteries?
Begins with a C.
Yeah. And I can see how it's spelt, but I can't remember how it's pronounced.
I can't even see how it's spelled.
Karthoid.
Carotid.
Carotid. Got stents in my carotid arteries.
Hey.
C.
It starts with a C.
Yeah.
You said K.
Oh, I meant C. Curly cur. I think they put a stent on one of my kidneys, haven't they?
Got a stent in one of your kidneys. You've
Got
still got the split into your intestines.
So put a stent in one of my kidneys. Then, because of all the drugs they was pumping in me and all the toxins that were released into my blood from the muscles, my kidneys packed up. So I was on dialysis. Then I had 2 more surgeries. One, it was leaking around the heart, and then there was another. They went back in.
It was another leak.
Was it another leak?
No, it was the intestines was first.
So yeah, there's a split where the arteries go into your intestines. So they opened me up again to go in to have a look at that, and then after that they opened me up again because it was leaking around the heart. That was it for surgery. I was going to have to go back in for surgery to do something with the arteries that go to your intestines, but they've not done that. He said it was going to be too dangerous, the surgery. So yeah, there's a lot of complications, and then they tested all my nerves. They electrocute you, basically. They put electrodes on you and they give you electric shocks, and they can tell what the readings, whether your nerves are picking it up. I could hardly feel it on my legs, to be honest. Now, my legs, if I touch my legs, I can feel it. I can move my legs. I can't move my left foot, but I can move my right foot a little bit. But I can bend my knees, I can pick my legs up, but I've got no strength in the back of my legs. Now, they did say that there's some damage has occurred on my medulla oblongata, which is at the back of your brain, where it goes down onto your spine, which is possibly what's causing the nerve damage on my legs. Because I can't feel hot and I can't feel cold on my legs, below the waist, basically, and I can't feel pain. I managed to pull my big toenail out one day and I didn't even feel it. Just as well, really, because it would have hurt. But other than that, kidneys stopped working again. Kidneys started working again. It's just wine, isn't it? It's going to my head. So I was on dialysis for 6 weeks.
Something like that.
I was on dialysis for about 6 weeks, on and off. And then my kidneys started working again once they sort of had a chance to catch up. But one of my kidneys is only working at 40% and the other one's at 70%.
Something like that.
So one kidney's at 70%, the other one's at 40%. The doctor said that I should be fine for the rest of my life. Just be careful. I can't take ibuprofen anymore. Be careful with a lot of salt, all that kind of stuff. Housework? That's what we got a Hobbit for.
That's why none gets done.
I do actually take the Hoover round, not the Hoover, because the Hoover is a brand, isn't it? The vacuum cleaner. We've got the Dyson. I do wander around with the Dyson occasionally. But yeah, so when we moved to this house, the doctor said, right, well, we'll get you into the hospital and get you checked out, because obviously I was having checkups and that from the other hospital at the old house. The doctor was going to arrange it for this new house, you know, for the our local hospital. But when all this COVID thing started kicking off, Tina and myself both said, do you know what, let's just sort of steer clear of hospitals for a little bit. No, well, actually, while I was in the rehab centre, I was in the hospital from April till July. Did I go to the centre in July?
June or July?
And right at the end of June, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I was in the hospital, intensive care, and then on the cardiac ward from April till the end of June. This is in 2016. Then from June till November, I was at the rehab centre, where, because basically I couldn't move this arm, so they thought I'd had a stroke as well. But it's just, you know, all that time in bed and things weren't working. So they were concentrating on getting the top half of my body working, because I had a really, really bad bed sore. It was like almost down to the bone. They were quite shocked about it, actually. And so they didn't really do much with my legs. So I was in the rehab centre till November. Then I was kicked out onto day hospital. So a taxi come and picked me up every day for a month. And then it got to the 16th of December, and that was it. It was see you later. On you go. Cheese is full of salt. Good salt though, not bad salt. That's right. I'll get to the point what I was talking about now. Yeah, when I was in the rehab centre, first weekend I was coming home, the nurse said, oh, you're going home this weekend? I went, yeah. I said, mates are coming over from the UK. Not seen them for years, they're all coming over. So we're going to have a barbecue and that. She said, oh, you can have something, you can have some drink. And I was like, oh, am I allowed? So I was on quite a few pills at the time. She said, oh yeah, as long as you don't go mad. So I was like, nice one. So we've not gone back since. But anyway, it's gone 11 o'clock here, and I've been on since 8 o'clock.
Put all this lot away.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. You'll have to tell me. I'm videoing it on the big camera, so you'll have to tell me if the picture looks better on this than it does on the little action cam that I'm normally using. So what I'm doing is I'm trying it out with a laptop, because when I get up in the garage, I'll plan to do live streams up in the garage and do projects and stuff on the workbench and that. When the garage is all up and running. So that's why I'm just trying the laptop out, because normally I do it in the office on the Mac, which, you know, sometimes is a little bit easier, because obviously I can't have the camera that far away from me in the office because I'm sat right next to the wall. I have done it with this camera before, but yeah, it looks alright on the screen here. But you'll have to let me know if it looks alright. And yeah, as I say, when the garage is a bit more complete, we'll get some live streams done up there. Be a bit more interesting for you. We'll have a bit of a look around the garage and bits and pieces.
Looks alright on there.
Oh, Mick thinks the action cam is better.
I was just looking at it now. It does look alright.
Is it good quality?
It's definitely no worse.
I would say it's probably better, wouldn't
Yeah.
you? I think Mick's just being awkward. The bottle is empty. So's the glass, nearly. what I'm planning on doing up in the garage is having multi-camera on the stream with a little switcher. I'll have to save up my YouTube earnings for that, and I'll get a switcher so I can switch between 2 to 3 different cameras for different angles, and we'll get some projects. Once I get a workbench built and we can do some stuff up there, I'll take some engines apart on Livestream and all that kind of thing. Just a bit varied, rather than just me sat here talking and waffling a load of crap. I can record half the job on each camera.
Well, I'll keep you as half a job.
Half a job. I'm going to have to change the name of the channel, aren't I? Half a Job Ben. So yes, I'm going to sign off now because it's almost 10 past 11. It's way past my bedtime. I've got all this gear to put away now.
Because the Hobbit's going to sit and watch.
If you heard that, yeah, she's going to sit there watching. It won't take a lot.
How would you know?
So yeah, it's been a thoroughly good evening yet again. I'm pretty stuffed on cheese and pickle and crackers and all that kind of thing. I don't think they're on tonight, but they tend to watch it afterwards, if you know what I mean. So yeah, they will see it, but I don't know if they'll read, because they watch it on the telly, and I don't think you get the comments on the telly. So I'm going to sign off because it's just turned into waffle now, and so yeah, Merry Christmas to you all. Hope you have a good one, and you get all what you've wanted, and hope you get your electric gates fixed, Mick.
He's got a fence to join up either side of him, or is he like some of these French?
No, he's got electric gates, but he's got a...
Yeah, but I mean, in France they have the gates and the gate posts, but no fence, don't they?
Oh, I don't know, I can't see. So yeah, Merry Christmas, have a Happy New Year.
Like the house in Maine.
And yeah, we'll catch you in the next video live stream or whatever. I'll do a live stream in the new year, whether it's in the office or might do it up in the garage, run an extension lead up there, or I'll do one during the day on a Sunday afternoon or something like that.
You can do your eating your Sunday roast live.
Oh no, I don't think I'll do eating on live stream again. I'm feeling pretty stuffed now. So yeah, nice one. Thank you all for coming, and we'll catch you in the next live stream. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and bye for now. Let me get this shut down.
Quick.
Oh, where's my mouse gone?